on the 7th of January 2025, the newly inaugurated President of the Republic declared that Ghana is open for business again. And if Ghana must indeed demonstrate that we are open for business, then it means that our visa processing regime must also be affected by the President's reset vision. Many of our international partners complain about how cumbersome the process was, the long queues, the delays, and sometimes how difficult it was to access visas. And the President decided that as part of his Ghana Open for Business strategy, we should overhaul the visa processing regime for our country. And that is what has culminated in today's launch of an e-visa portal backed by an e-visa policy which has been approved by Cabinet. And also on this day, Africa Day, the President has also decided that all people of the continent of Africa would no longer have to pay visa fees to come to Ghana, the cradle of Pan-Africanism. So those are the two significant policies we are launching today. The first ever e-visa portal, and for the first time in our country's history, no fees for Africans, fees totally scrapped. So today is a manifestation of the President's vision to open our country. Last year, when the President honored the invitation of international investors in New York, he told them that in 2026, Ghana will launch an e-visa policy. And so we are delighted that the President, being a man of his words, the pledge he made to the international investor community at the New York Stock Exchange, that promise is fulfilled today. Today we are also honoring our founder, the first president of the Republic of Ghana. And exactly on this day, May 25th, 1963, the Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, in his speech at the founding of the Organization of African Union, he said, and I quote, "The symptoms of our troubles will grow, and the troubles themselves will become chronic. It will then be too late, even for Pan-African unity to secure for us stability and tranquility in our labors for a continent of social justice and material well-being. Unless we establish African unity now, we who are sitting here today shall tomorrow be the victims and martyrs of neo-colonialism." May 25th, 2023, the Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah. He, as you know, was the pioneer of African unity. And I know he's smiling wherever he is that today President Mahama is declaring Ghana open and no African will have to pay for visa fees to come to Ghana. What is also significant about this whole new regime is that Ghana is hosting the Africa Continental Free Trade Area. This is where the Secretariat is. And you know that intra-Africa trade is the lowest when compared to the other continents, just around 15%. With this new visa regime opening Ghana up for business, we hope that it will boost trade and it will show our readiness to achieve Agenda 2063 and to ensure that the dream of Osagyefo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah, that we deepen trade amongst ourselves, will be achieved with this new regime. The e-visa portal, which the President will outdoor today, will guarantee faster processing. It has enhanced security, and you heard the Honorable Minister for the Interior. This system is linked to the API, PNR, the databases that ensure that vetting and screening is enhanced. So for those who think that the new regime of openness means that we are going to undermine our security, you heard it from the Minister of the Interior. We have put in place the needed mechanisms to ensure that even as we open up our country, we do not undermine the security and the stability of our country. We also have improved accessibility, the reduced human interface, increased convenience for all travelers, and the system is integrated with our border management systems. It is also ICAO compliant, and that is why the Honorable Minister of Transport is here. He's been very much a part of this initiative. Indeed, the cabinet memo we submitted for approval by cabinet, chaired by the President, it was a joint cabinet memo of Foreign Affairs, the Interior, and the Transport Ministry. And so you can be assured that this system is fully integrated. We have not left any partner behind. It has biometric integration features, fraud prevention systems, and it is flowing on a very firm digital infrastructure. We also are pleased to announce today that this e-visa portal, once you begin the application process, you submit all the supporting documents, you expect a decision to be delivered to you within 48 hours. That is how efficient the system is. So you will know within 48 hours whether your visa has been approved or not. So it's a very efficient premium service that we are offering. This e-visa system covers two visa categories: business visas and tourist visas. These are the two visa categories that the new portal covers. So there are a number of exemptions. We have exempted our distinguished members of the diplomatic corps. Diplomatic passport holders will be exempted, obviously. Then countries with bilateral visa waiver agreement with us, about 50 of them, we will exempt. We will continue to respect the sanctity of those visa waiver agreements that we have signed and the ones that we continue to negotiate. Student visas are exempted, family visas are also exempted. So this is the exemption category. Now, you will agree with me that a robust system which has all of these secure firewalls, which is so convenient, you have your decision within 48 hours, you must pay premium amount. So we announced today that how much you will pay is $260, which is quite competitive pricing. I can see our friends from the diplomatic corps here. Some are smiling. We pay them far more than the $260 that we are going to be charging nationals from their country. So we have still been generous when you look at how much you charge Ghanaians. So we should applaud President Mahama for his generosity and magnanimity. And as I conclude, I want to emphasize that we have achieved what we are launching today because of multi-sectoral collaboration. For many, many years, ministries could not work together. And some of you know the epic battles which have gone on, particularly between Interior and Foreign Affairs, as to who should be in charge of e-visas and who should have the proceeds and all of that. But thanks to the visionary leadership of our President, who brought all of us together, and our understanding, we have been able to forge a very strong partnership. And I want to commend my brother, the Minister for the Interior, Honorable Muntaka Mubarak. He was very, very patriotic in our meetings. And I always recall a real life example that he gave us in our first meeting. He said there was a certain foreign minister who did not want any partnership with the Ministry of Interior. And that is why the tensions continued. Not too long after, there was a reshuffle, and that minister was moved from Foreign Affairs to the Ministry of Interior. And now the things that he opposed and said will never happen, he was now pleading that can it be reconsidered? And it was too late. It was payback time. So we have learned from all of those, and I'm happy the speaker at the time, Speaker Doa Jaho, is here. He knows very much how things went in those heady days. But we are delighted that this time there is greater understanding, there is maturity, and we are working together, and this is a very great partnership between the Ministry of Foreign Affairs, the Ministry of Interior, Ministry of Transport, Ghana Immigration Service, the GCAA, the Ghana Airport Company Limited. And let me emphasize that there is a Minister of State who, even though you do not see her ministry here, she always reminds us that she drives the traffic to Ghana. So a round of applause for the Minister of Tourism. She and all our partners, Black Star Experience, the Diaspora Office, they are all doing a great job to help us in making Ghana the favored destination point. And we are happy to collaborate with all of these colleagues to make this possible. So let me emphasize, this morning there's been quite some debate on social media that there was some e-visa contract which we are not respecting, and that there could be judgment debt and all of that. Let me allay the fears of the people of Ghana that there is no such existing e-visa contract. Nothing of the sort exists. We've checked through the files. Our Director Legal is here. Indeed, the Minister of the Interior also wrote to the Attorney General to find out if there was any such contract, and to also present to the Attorney General for analysis the machine-readable contract which existed, and that is for visa stickers. And the Attorney General's opinion is that that does not represent an e-visa arrangement. The machine-readable contract is different from an e-visa system. And so let me assure the general public that there will be no judgment debt, no contract has been cancelled anywhere, and we do not have any issues at all so far as contracting is concerned. This is also a PPP arrangement. It's a PPP arrangement, and the beauty about this arrangement is that taxpayers have not been burdened. The private partner is setting up the system, of course, under the supervision of the Ministry of Communications, NITA, and the Cybersecurity Authority. So they are investing, and that is how they will recoup their investment over a long period. And so we didn't have to burden taxpayers to, as it were, pay for this system. So it's a very beautiful arrangement which has been very cost-effective and no burden at all to the Ghanaian taxpayer. And I hope that this clarifies all of those matters that came up this morning. So distinguished ladies and gentlemen, Ghana is truly open for business and tourism, and we thank His Excellency John Dramani Mahama for his vision to pioneer this on this auspicious day. Let me wish all of you a happy Africa Union Day. Long live the great continent of Africa. I thank you very much.
Thank you very much, my brother Haruna Idrisu. Let me begin by thanking my father, the Solaura, for the comprehensive statement that he has given on behalf of our traditional rulers. This is a whistle stop to inspect the operation of STEM education here in the Solar School. And Solaura in his statement has mentioned several issues that I will address first before I talk about STEM education. With regards to electricity, as the Honorable Haruna Idrisu just said, the Minister of Energy and Green Transitions is here, and he has assured that the contracts have been awarded and that the contractors have already come to inspect and they are mobilizing to come and start. And we expect that within the next 1 month, the contractors who are supposed to conduct the electrification of our communities will be on ground and they will start working. Savannah was one of the most underserved regions in terms of electricity supply. We want to bring Savannah up to the level of all the other regions in terms of access to electricity. With regards to roads, we are rescoping phase 2 of the Big Push project. As you know, I commissioned the start of the Big Push project several months ago. Since then, work is going on about 2,000 kilometers of roads all around the country, all at the same time, all paid with our own resources, our Ghanaian cedis. We are paying for all those roads ourselves. There is a second phase that we are scoping, and it will be announced by the Minister of Finance when he presents the budget in November this year to Parliament. And I can assure Konra, Kalbaura, and my fathers that your roads are contained in the Big Push project for next year. So you hear it, it will be announced in the budget in November, and early next year we'll have the contractors on the ground working on the roads. With regards to the technical and vocational education, the Education Minister already announced to you that using a World Bank program, we are going to build a new TVET Center of Excellence here in the Solar District, so that our children who want to acquire technical skills and vocational skills would have a place to go and learn. It is our intention to scale up technical and vocational educational training. And so instead of building more senior high schools, our intention is to build more technical and vocational schools so that the young ones who prefer to go down the technical vocational track can go straight and do their technical vocational and go into the world of work. And so the school here in Solar District will be one of those. We're also going to end the double track by the end of 2027. By the end of 2027, no senior high school will be doing double track. We're reverting to the old system. Everybody will go to school at the same time so that we can increase the contact hours with the teachers. And so because of that, we're going to expand the infrastructure in our senior high schools. And so we're building dormitory blocks, we're building lecture halls, we're building dining halls, auditoriums, and all that, in order that we expand their capacity to take in more children at once instead of double track. And so that is one of the projects. Apart from that, we are investing to improve the quality of secondary education. And so the secondary schools that are considered category C, we are going to invest in 30 of them to move them from category C to category B. And then we're going to invest in 30 category B senior high schools to move them from category B to category A. So that this annual ritual where people don't want to be posted to some schools because they think they are category C and they are not giving quality education will be a thing of the past. So that is a program that is also being funded by the World Bank, and we're injecting $300 million into it. That is almost 3.5 billion cedis. But let me talk about STEM. In the past, some government's idea of STEM was to build standalone STEM institutions. And so they built some STEM senior high schools. But the problem with those standalone STEM schools is that it gives access only to a privileged few. Our idea is to democratize STEM and decentralize it so that every child can have the opportunity to learn science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We have realized that it is the way science and mathematics are taught that make a lot of our children not want to take the science and engineering route. But if you teach it practically and they are able to understand exactly what you're trying to teach, it makes it easier for them. In the past, when we're in school, they'll just come and take a chalk and draw a triangle on the blackboard and say, this is a triangle. The child has to conceptualize in his mind what a triangle is, or what a pyramid is, or what an oval is, or what a rectangle is. Today, they can see the physical object that we call a rectangle, and they can hold it in their hands and see the size and shape of a rectangle. And so STEM is a more practical way of teaching them science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. And so we want to decentralize STEM so that every Ghanaian child has the opportunity to be able to learn the science, technology, engineering, and mathematics in an easier manner than we have taught it in the past. Maybe if there was STEM at the time I was in school, I by now would be a civil engineer, or I'll be, you know, a mechanical engineer or something. But at that time, we used to do mental. They'll come with a ship, you know. 9 times 9, 9 times 9, 9 times 9, ship. 18 times 24, a ship. I mean, you just scare the child. How can a child learn mathematics in that kind of atmosphere? But that is how we grew up. And so if I drifted to the arts and humanities, it was only natural because I was traumatized by the way it was taught. Today, our children have a better opportunity. They can learn robotics, they can learn AI. And when I went into the school, the classroom, and I saw some of the experiments the children were doing, I mean, it was just beautiful. One of them was explaining whether a food is an acid or a base or alkaline. And they just put it to a litmus test, and they can see practically. Because they take the object, the fruit or whatever, they mix it, and they put it in the petri dish, they put the litmus paper, and if it turns blue, it's an alkaline or a base. If it turns red, it's an acid. I mean, in those days, I mean, we were just taught that you have to remember which food is an acid and which food is a base, without practically, you know, demonstrating it. And so this is beautiful, and to accommodate STEM in our basic education, a new curriculum is being drawn. And in that curriculum, we're including STEM education, including AI and robotics. We want to start teaching the children from the basic level so that when they go to the higher levels, they'll be very familiar with those particular subjects. And so the new curricula will contain all the STEM programs. Currently, more than 5,000 schools have benefited from the STEM equipment, and we're going to scale it up. So other schools that haven't got it yet, we will soon be reaching you. And the teachers are also being trained. And so the teachers for teaching STEM will be available to be able to teach the children. We're also rebalancing our educational sector to remove the over-concentration on secondary education and rebalance it towards basic education. Because basic education is the foundation, and it's often called the foundational level of learning. Because if you capture the child at that stage and the foundation is well grounded, then the child does well in all the other levels. It's like the foundation of a house. If you don't build the foundation properly, the substructure, you can use gold and diamonds to build the substructure. If the foundation is not good, the house will not stand. And so we must catch the children at basic level, build their foundation for being able to do simple arithmetic, which we call numeracy, being able to read and write, which we call literacy, and then also critical thinking. And so we're going to work at strengthening foundational learning and rebalancing our attention to basic education, so that once the child is well taught at the basic level, they will do well going forward. It says, teach a child the way he should grow, and when they grow, they will not depart from it. And so this is just a short visit. I want to thank you very much for the warm welcome you've given me coming back home. I know I should be coming home, so everybody will go to school at the same time so that we can increase the contact hours with the teachers. And so because of that, we're going to expand the infrastructure in our senior high schools. And so we're building dormitory blocks, we're building lecture halls, we're building dining halls, auditoriums, and all that, in order that we expand their capacity to take in more children at once instead of double track. And so that is one of the projects. Apart from that, we are investing to improve the quality of secondary education. And so the secondary schools that are considered category C, we're going to invest in 30 of them to move them from category C to category B. And then we're going to invest in 30 category B senior high schools to move them from category B to category A. So that this annual ritual where people don't want to be posted to some schools because they think they are category C and they are not giving quality education will be a thing of the past. So that is a program that is also being funded by the World Bank, and we're injecting $300 million into it. That is almost 3.5 billion cedis. But let me talk about STEM. In the past, some government's idea of STEM was to build standalone STEM institutions. And so they built some STEM senior high schools. But the problem with those standalone STEM schools is that it gives access only to a privileged few. Our idea is to democratize STEM and decentralize it, so that every child can have the opportunity to learn science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. We have realized that it is the way science and mathematics are taught that make a lot of our children not want to take the science and engineering route. But if you teach it practically, and they're able to understand exactly what you're trying to teach, it makes it easier for them. In the past, when we're in school, they'll just come and take a chalk and draw a triangle on the blackboard and say, this is a triangle. The child has to conceptualize in his mind what a triangle is, or what a pyramid is, or what an oval is, or what a rectangle is. Today they can see...
I am more about TVXYZ and I Power 97.9 FM inside politics Jumedi Suni and somehow do I echego or mind Ghana Mwadi disafata se emunchiremuno won so timemone wo Ghana ni wodi utumi ama omapani wodi utumi ama NDC abayi se wo munye ntutu ye pa se beboa na wo man Ghana betibi afa entuma pafria na won so emfasodie bia dokodokodi bia e ka ho se wo man bia betimi ayema na oman ba na ama na ni agere won se timi aka enuti ne yatena se fi sabre yankopem se 6 pm ebebo no kan na hye ne so se ye ne woni edi se adwumadi bi abom nti wo akwanya se wo de wadwenkyere bebebo adwumadi Oko Facebook aye oho at Power 979 FM and at TVXYZ. Nemum obomani ko pmo YouTube aye XYZ broadcaster na fe won say inside politics jumedi ye twegu uhwe bia waje bread wadwenkyere e de ato ase na fe emrepem no yakenkan san niam nyina so na obi ahu sampa okan obi no man Ghana enso bu so ofa ne ntema pa bi e de fra okwa MCR Mr. Raf Jampo or Mr. Peter Cranton Mr. Emmanuel Kisi any Abbas ane wo ho a wo ma hyehye wo TV ni so ama kama Lizzy ana ye me makeup atwima no ne manim kama say me so me fa metena se na me fa mesom ura studio so a Prince of Osu William Sifa and Ejina cameras in echi and so more than no sebe na wotimi ajebre ahwe dwumadi bi. Mr. Kelvin Asante and ahye dwumadi nyina de amame etime echi se me so me metena se na ensama wodo a wahye no memra me biebiem na ye nyina ye ntimi entoto ya agene. Midi de yanke Obrempong the grassroots president Okwapeman Kane ne mitiakonya kase mu de ma Mugabe ma say the capacity man commander of the 900 million angels na media nim se ensemo a ewo ho nyina no ye ba bebiebiem na fe yakoye nim na ene the 25th day in the month of May 2026 na 25th day bia no African Union Day AU Day ene ye behwe AU kra denti na AU ejina AU jina homa den African Union denti ana wo mote ye afi ben kra na mote ye na omu impact ana wo mu dwumadi e wo so mu di ewo Africa ha na se bibi memu ha no ankasa dade ye behwa na afi ye de ababedru this xenophobic attack so South Africa. And then they are many they say Ghana for I was South Africa over 800 and woman register said there be quite South Africans for air fast say woman free woman ko na woman kwa woman bebro woman be kubi woman be intimidate bi woman be RCB no sabre de woman nyina agi atoma woman register so woman be fie. The foreign ministry honorable Samuel Okujeto Ablakwada no nse say ya wa ye akosi yifa na da ben kura na Ghana for ya woman agi atoma register so woman be fie no woman ba wo dwumadi so ye be pebre na fe ye di san komodie nyina no Kwaya Hudu ekoso sabe big push any Kwaya Hudu road minister womo thank you talk ekoso wo northern part of Ghana savannah ne patem no den kra na waka ede afa Kwaya Hudu ekoso no wodwumadi so ye beje bre na afi ye di sanko mo nyina Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama wakasa ede afa Ghana economy ne ho Kwaya yafa so etimi anya stable rate with the cedi and the dollar any the KPIs Kwanya efa so ye adwuma se be no abribia no wo man Ghana e ba ne ndwumadie ho na ebe me economy na gina so a Kwanya mpanifo edi atoto akwam ni nyina no ye beda ho edi akire wa ha ye beda ne ho aba ye ba pe se nkomoyi ene ne ekeka ho ahodo nyina no ye beba ba bidi abom ni akire ya adwene aboso twen ye ba sia. But TV XYZ and our Power 97.9 FM. Inside Politics Jumedi Senior. We are also live on Facebook at Power 97.9 FM TV XYZ. Name on YouTube here. Ye dear XYZ broadcast na fi wabo modern ajebre ahwe Inside Politics Jumedi bi. Jumedi ne koso na adwinchire bi abeba otim bo modern na fato ase na fi yenso yenjebre na yenkenkan fema. Midi de yenke Obrempong Nyankopon nhyira amempene da se abribia no wojibre se obeba ne yedi dwumedi abom se be ye no man Ghana ebe koso afa ne ntema pa bi na ode afra Nyankopon enhyira wa mempreda ene ye se ye nkomo asia ne ye hyase free African Union Day ene the 25th day of May every year 25th of May African Union Day na yankan eyu honsem kakra de enti kra ye te how many years near your TAU ye be money at ye yan kind of fee wo bread dwumadi ekoso no yan fan toto wo say AU for one mo di omudwuma SNS efata na because ye be hwa de ababedru South Africa for dwumadi a wo mo di wo mo so mo ye bibiman sabre kwan o ma faso atiegu abibiman ahodo foforo a wo mo wo mu krom say wo mo ntimi ni wo mo ntena krom obi o no obi anko no fie obi anko no krom won koye no kuro ye na won tena ho ye bedi nkomodi afa nyina. So African Union Day, commonly known as Africa Day, is celebrated annually on 25th May to commemorate the founding of the Organization of African Unity, OAU, in 1963. It celebrates African unity, the continent's liberation from colonial rule, and the progress achieved through the African Union. The original mission was to rid the continent of the remaining leftovers of colonization and apartheid, promote unity and solidarity among African states, and improve the lives of the people. But today, government of Ghana has formally petitioned the African Union to place the issue of xenophobic attacks against African nationals in South Africa on the agenda of the 8th mid-year coordination meeting. The meeting is scheduled for June 24th to 27th, 2026 in Egypt, in a diplomatic communication addressed to the chairperson of the African Union Commission. Ghana described the matter as one of urgent continental interest, requiring collective African action. Eti yaka AU and African Union wamu jumedia wamu AD and sa bribia wamu behwe se enkabom kroye asumdwe yanyina ye ho beto yen se before se bibi nkoyi a wamu behwe na wamu atimi asiesie no. But enei AU your madwuma se de se na fata na for how long ana xenophobic attacks akoso South Africa. What is happening now is not the first. Xenophobic attacks South Africa akoso empre bebrenie so many times. Ghana for bro Ghana for bro Nigeria for bro other African nationals sabre woma kopie mo South Africa say anka womo nso womo kwatena ho live on Facebook wobehunu said the ekoso na bro other African nationals womo nkowi ade womo nkokun wo bia womo boni o ma ya ne say South Africa ewo bibi memu no anka womo nso mo betu bata womo betu kwan no womo kwatena kro no so a womo atimi akono womo akope o ma no aduane ana womo kwatena ho abobra said the etie o ba bia anka ebetimi ayen but enei adane obro adane atenidie adane harassment adane free ekrom ko sa wo hwe said ye boni pati na ye boni ti bodem nipa hodo egina ho hwe ema ekoso na ebi boni yam na ebi boni ni so. This is what is happening in South Africa, and this is what some Ghanaians are going through in South Africa. I know other names so sabri amene what they can say here. The government of Ghana a petition AU say AU enti sadia mo mujira o ma African countries nyina na mo hwe say abiribia asumdwe kroye pepepe yo adwuma bibia bekoso odone ntiase ebetena yemu wo Africa ha no de ekoso e wo South Africa ni enti madwuma mo yese mo behwe na nkabo maba no eyede ane ye ehunu. Now, it is a sort of over 5,000 South Africans as they say, one more to one Ghana Hano. I was saying Ghana for so young Fabi, we say so now. We are just asking, we are not going to do it. Of course, Ghana we love peace. We are very understanding people. But this is what is happening in South Africa. Some African nationals are woman ko PM woman so woman say ye tu bata abe pay anu aduane ye tu bata na bibia yesu ye benya ne atimi de aboa ye ne abusuafo no. This is what some of the South Africans they are doing to their brothers. They are doing to their sisters. Abusia de wo no enye sa agudie currently. So we other African national now was South Africa. Sadia ibetimi ato because womo bu ene other African na onye South Africa na what is South Africa. And say the name di kanka no. AU ni dwumadie no to me eya ye ketuwa bi kak ade amame. Asemi huru ni dwumadie because this is not the first time xenophobic attack echoes South Africa. Ababebre enti previous ones are South Africa for adanedi na womabro other African nationals aba omukromu ebepe adwuma ye said the South Africans ni bi every South Africa abaha so mo ba be ye adwuma your South African companies bebre wo Ghana ha womu making a whole lot of money, huge money. MTN a South African company, Absa a South African company, ShopRite a South African company. Because I'm able to South African company, you patronize you or more. One more Jessica $80, krom kobo bra, bebre kwa. Enti the one more Ghana 4 year, one more broom, any other African nationals say, should we wake up? Should we go to MTN and tell them go back to your country today? Because that is exactly what yensu yenuanom yen papanom yen maamenom yen nafufuo bi akopie mo South Africa wo mu kom Ebinuma establish businesses. Enye sika ketua na omodi akom to rent a shop in South Africa. It's not an easy thing. Ebinuma establish ho. Woman ni omo yire no mu ni omo ma no mu ni omo kununum and was South Africa. Woman so omo bobra. So the South Africans, every South Africa betina Ghana, Eddie MTN and other companies aba Ghana for Eddie Sika Ecotonio patronizing one. No munye skade kro. Nti den na AU ye. But the army then said now, this time around Ghana and Tenacity, I was xenophobic attack na ekoso no. Dabi Nemum, wabo modern say, wa petition the African Union. Now, ye pesi ye mnu di obefri maba. On the 24th of June up to 27th of June, no, Ghana buy Ecosia AU. No maya no babai. AU Africa, South Africa, wamaka hon. It is South African president, Beba Betinase, Niye Bisani say, a day tea, ano no son and crop for to quite one crop for my so. Now what now a yencha say. Now, the South Africans, woman bu other African nationals, or more cromwa, woman say, woman by the pebble biabo cronum. So we are looking forward to this. Say Bessie, because this xenophobic attack must come to an end. I will be across South Africa. So Sadia and Yana Ebedu Babino Anya will be pushed. Say any South African living in Ghana must go back to your country. So yes, I know more cost here they are. And the other South African here, men too quiet. You have to be in your country. I don't think there was a Ubuni passe. Yes. Yes. Oh, now for young Concoche, Wabra, the Foreign Affairs Minister, Honorable Samuel Okujoto, Ablakwa, Ekwa na South Africans, Bia, Ghana phobia was South Africa, Wamo bought a bra, Wamo so my settle wa, and Komo my braba hono, na Senya Mayasi, and somewhere Womaka any the Omo free abide ho. Young Concoche, I better to admit in summer.
50 last year, me person me free chrome ha. Because situation led me buy a man and I wanted to go back. I need to go back home. Because
we don't want to stay here. I'm sick and tired of this country. I should have been fed. Look at how I am. I have been working as a teacher in this country. Not that Ghanaians are illegal, but the Home Affairs forced most of them to be illegal. Because some of them have permanent status which has been revoked. I have them here. Some have business permit. They came with business permit. They renewed here 3 times. At the end, the other renewals, they said fraudulent. There are some Ghanaians. There was a Ghanaian lady that was knocked down by a car. I took it upon myself to claim that we have something rough, road accident fund. I pushed it to the end. I took a lawyer by myself. At the end of the payment, they said they have declined it.
Some of us outside Pretoria can't even travel by bus or their taxis, even for them to come and register their names because they are scared. Because the moment they started Kwarekwere style, then they have to divert the taxi somewhere. So how about them? What are the safety measures towards them, if necessary?
Say binom ye won krata wo krom ha. Ye pese ko Ghana no so bi ye san wo adwuma kase wo krom ha. Ye pese ko Ghana because intimidation no edoso. Police ni kura timi ba wo adwuma mo nim so obi bia ye, but obefa kwan bia so a discuss through ho anasa obey intimidate ma that the whole day no ude ni nyina ye basa SSS aneba inti yesre papa say ono de owano okasa yiti se pa no mpese ya ye won krata no kra ye nko yikrumu a omo kan kire ye tokwa bia ni ye ba ya mfa hwama ye betumi asen akoye chiboko se be ye na ye no omunya anototu bia eye me denra me hu akola no a ukofa no free airport no me hu ye ne me kan ya ne say no akola no agu ani mas because what the misinformation the airport ho omo afili form no wo me me group no nyina omo frɛ me am se mo ntwɛn papa no se tam so a obekma mo tam na mo nyina maba airport nti obi an kan kyerɛ na wo adi mirika na ko airport but anopa me say hu say wakofa no a wo no kasa no me ka ya ne say hallelujah papa na yi efre ni nguase ni nyina mu nti me srew aduma papa na wo ya ne obetio ne wontio ye de mpaibo eta wachi ye ne sa amaye na you say you get to Kenya.
So what we are seeing or witnessing is not something that is going to end today. Most of them have put these guys who are doing these demonstrations on a payroll, a strong one. So it's not something that's going to end today. I'm looking at a worst scenario as a business owner, is in discussing with the South African counterparts, if they can actually have a takeover plan of Ghanaian businesses, because at the DTI they've got a takeover regulatory panel where they will be able to give us offers so that they can take over those businesses to their local South Africans so that we can live peacefully. Because at times it's also so difficult having stayed for years running businesses and you just have to leave. And many of our staff are also leaving, and at the end of the day, how are we going to pay the rent?
I personally, I'm even ready to go back to Ghana, but because of certain situation, because my children are here, there's no way I can also leave them behind.
Refugee, pay pennies and so na a force at the end of the day would be to charge. Mouse campo 2000, engineer mouse at 3 months, betia na renew and no cry mount. Na permit no so ye mount. And ya no more accuse ye say Ghana for yan pepe ya papa medinya midin sra say enya no correct. Eya woman na woman ma yenye nkrata na nka amfo obi hu so ba bua sika no kakra no de ayede a ebe ma ne ho ahe ha no ne watumi atena oman ni mu but yenya ne senti no da bia na yemu bebre asem aye mobo
enti Ghana phobia ewo South Africa a wo makobo atenase a wo ma bie wo munuma na sabre ebinum ni wo mo yere ni wo kunum se de meka ni wo ma ana wo so mo ti South Africa wo mo bo mo bra no eno na ebi ni mo kan mo akosem no they say wo fu bus and wo fu taxi kra no mo hunu say wo ya other different African na wo ya South African na etimi de wo branch fa ba bi ko birim wa sa de yepe ejama obi antimi ntu kwan eji hwe ense ani kwanya wo mafa so a wo mu edi hunahuna wo mo say wo mu mfiri wo mu kro no. This is what is happening there. As Sabre, the ministry, Ghana Byway, Ministry of Foreign Affairs, Abomode Ayensi say, say wo kwako fa Ghana for what South Africa, wo ma register say wo ma tiase, wo mo bebe fie. Na papa ba ko kasa waka say abemu bi edikan ko airport wa na enye sa na information ne tie. Eno ubehwa the opposition MPP for the aye asem we da o ma no. O aban yibua, wo no wontimi nkonkofa Ghana for akemu South Africa mfemma. And one year expected from her because under the MPP, time of Russia-Ukraine war not even a single person or Ukraine and or Russia, Anna, under another Kokufado, any large Baumia, Etimiko Hokofa Nebefi. It is said here, one more Abribiano, 1 more year, 1 year ma, 1 more 40 memufor, and before unity memufor. And Kawam, another year, they can say over 800 Ghanaians. And I register of South Africa. Say, one more dear to one more befie. Apart from that, ye baby financial packages are under this NDC government. And the foreign ministry, one more year dear to say, all the 800 over 800 people on my register some mobile Ghana no. Ghana by say, one more to me meduno form and sapine nante. Etioma ye financial package di amomo. One more the doctor say baba be hwehwe omo adwene because one ebi atimi akobi enuma oda sorry ya yesi wadwuma no tum walu si bibia wo ba fie psychologically no impact be na betimi anya onipa no so, and this government is providing all these things. Etu bedu a psychologist doctor ti ho no ne wadi nkomo ahwehwe utirimu niema na asi no impact atimi anya wo abrabo so ye wi ya mausika Kwankura you were free South Africa, they have to Ghana no. I was see a pesca credit show bottom. This is a government. Abaya were doing in California under His Excellency John Dramani Mahama and this NDC government. This is what they are doing to help evacuatees are ye free South Africa, Eba, Ghana. And the only thing the opposition MPP can do is say, Abemua when your information here will go to airport, not flight to be anyone, and was somebody yesterday. Oh, and this is for bois. And now, this is a financial package. And this is say nyame yadom na womo Ghana for South Africa ya sabe xenophobic attack e kan ma ye buru wom ehunahuna womo pam wom no womo bedu a this is what the government of Ghana is giving to them. So evacuation from South Africa, Ghanaians or say the government of Ghana announces that all Ghanaians being evacuated from South Africa due to ongoing xenophobic attacks shall be entitled to the following: 1. Welcome home financial package. Eti womu bebedu free sika abai no ayiya wode ba beso Ghana for South Africa into 20 and na ye buru womu nti omu befie no welcome home financial package and wo no say the tosun ye 2 transportation assistance to their various destinations across Ghana. Eti se obedu na ufi eye Bogatanga ye be ma osika na ode akọ se obedu ufi Kumasi a obeje Takra de obeje Bogoso Pristia Okwapeman baby biara ufi aban we say obema obia transportation a obetimi de akọ. Now ye be the tosun ye say reintegration allowance see ye ba baby you were free your friend is saying South Africa near the Obano, or see a pay allowance we near Sunday Mount. These are financial packages. NDC Abaye to the foreign ministry. One more day Ghana for South Africa. Sabre one more befie. The atosuna will say free psychosocial support. Sadia meka no wo mo woma bia omunyuma wo mo omuni omabusuafo wo ho wo mo no wo mo bat na sia wo majapade wo South Africa sabre enam entokwa yinsunti yase wo mo mra wo mufie no omunyo omajapade ne bibia wo makotra South Africa aye ebi atra South Africa 18 years 20 years 25 30 40 years na brabo nyina na japade ebi atofie ebi ofie o South Africa enedai ye pamuwa wu jasa afie ne ho. It is psychologically no impact ben eba benya e wo sai nipa no abrabo so eno ana abawe e provide psychologists ahodo enti wo mo beba ne nyina ye de omo ye bebisa wo nsam ye de ombetena ho den na wo ye wo ho se na business sifatie na sesia no wo te sen ja waja wo dan ho ja waja wadwuma ho a e ka bebira aba no how do you feel ye benu no wadwiri mo ahwe impact enya wo so na bibi wo mu a sa a doctor foi ana psychologist wo metimi aya wo metimi aya dia support wo adwene wo mental health se beye na wo ba betena wo mamu no so kuma beto yam de etoso num o say entry into a special database for jobs and startup opportunities ye be hwe se wo mu a eba ni nyina no ye de omu nyina ye be je omu nyina data kama na enyuma acquired the nyuma mu ye de omawurawura ho anase wo mo anka se businesses bi na ombe so mo ya abaye timi aso ma sene na o ma tena omukuro ma ye nyuma nya sika hwe omo ho ne omabusiafo. This is governance. Amemwonye. So if you see any MPP member saying say ana oh NDC for ntimi nye na sa enkrofo mbeso omode omoba no enye yie ana enko so ana nya de aban betimi aya, that is their character. MPP Debbie America just say woman ye bibi papa bi ebebo mind that. I will say that every blessed day, and as such they don't deserve power again. This is governance. Nyakopon yaduma mene what they can say wukwada ye di anim on the 27th day of May 2026. The first batch of the registered Ghanaians of South Africa sabre under this NDC government free South Africa no mabo mukuro Ghana no almost 300 people will land in Ghana. Yanko South Africa and anopaya Ghana's High Commissioner to South Africa Benjamin Kwasi Akasa was saying the first group of Baja womo bebano woma ready Wednesday womo bedu o man Ghana hanu say na abrantia your friend Stephen Kunadu enso ewo South Africa wono another report yi ba yenko na afi yenko hwe ne esi ewo hono wo bra Ghana for ewo South Africa ebobo omo na aban ayi o mafi South Africa edi ababedu o man Ghana yenhwe mere nto agimedi ne so.
So I've been here since yesterday when the screening exercise started. Over 300 and more Ghanaians have been screened by the South African people, the authorities, the Home Affairs officials. They were here yesterday to assist all 300 Ghanaians who are ready to be repatriated home. The exercise is still ongoing. If I can turn my cameras, sorry, you can see officials are here. This is the Ghana High Commission. A lot of Ghanaians who came from afar slept. The mission called them a place to sleep. And then their beds are in here. I can take the cameras there for you to see. So the exercise is still ongoing, like I did mention, and it's going on smoothly. 300 people, latest by Wednesday, will be in Ghana. So people need to be screened by the authorities from Home Affairs. Some people have expired visas, expired passport, and also we heard others came into the country from other sources, not through the OR Tambo International Airport. So all these people will have to be screened so that they will not be arrested at the airport. The mission has done so well to make sure that each and every Ghanaian who is ready to be repatriated wouldn't be facing any law when they get to the airport. So that's the screening that is ongoing at the moment. Speaking to few Ghanaians, what most of them are saying is that they are tired of staying in South Africa. Things are not working as planned, so they just want to leave. Others too said they are being attacked in their neighborhood, their workplaces, shops are being closed and all that. So it varies. Not everybody wants to leave because of the xenophobic attacks. Others are like, yeah, compare back home. They think it's better off home than being here. So not necessarily because of the current ongoing xenophobic attacks, but rather things are really not going on as planned. I have a Ghanaian here who has been physically attacked. Please come next to me here.
That case is last week Sunday. I was the work, so the time I closed the work, and that guys started to attack the people, chasing the people out at the shops. So I ran away, and they chased me. Mommy, so fast they beat me a lot. They hate me. They beat me a lot.
They beat you?
Yeah, they hit me. My hair. If you see my face. They are stitched now.
How many people attacked you?
More than 6. They said they must leave that town. They don't want to see us here. All of not only me, the Ghanaians.
The Foreign Affairs Minister Samuel Okudzeto visited on Friday. He met the Ghanaian community, and we were here to ask questions. So he did promise that the government of Ghana has packages for the people who have been repatriated back home. So when they get home, they will not be idle, they will not be stranded, but there are packages for them right from the airport. NIA will be there to register them with their Ghana cards, and the rest will follow.
I see.
At the back, yes, at the back of the mission, there are people there having the exercises. And also, on a very normal day, let me do this. When you come to the site, this is where you have your travel certificates. People come here for visas and all documentation at the Ghana High Commission. But today, this is the situation as we speak. All these bags have invaded the place, getting ready to leave home on the 27th, on Wednesday. So you can see it's fully packed. This is the main reception for everybody that need documentation to Ghana. But today, as you can see, it's fully packed with bags and baggages. People are just getting ready to go home. So this is it. These people here are Ghanaians, our brothers and sisters who have been in South Africa, ready to go home. We are here at the Ghana High Commission. This is where His Excellency Benjamin Kwashi, the Ghana High Commission, is. So as you can see, this is where the exercise is going. You can see yesterday they came here in their numbers. All these people are here. And mostly these Home Affairs officials don't want to be on camera.
Stephen Kunadu wano na hunu se wakasa no nso e South Africa na wo Ghana High Commission ho Ghana fodo do wo de mo bags nyina akra kogu ho a wo twense nyame yadom a Wednesday yar 27th day of a year May no wo mo be ba bedu wo man Ghana hanom na afei kwanya abanwe ayenhye pade agu ho financial package, job opportunities ene niema hodo e sane se sa entokwai ana kwanya South Africans afa so a wo mo ebrim Ghana for ni other African nationals wo mo South Africa we ya ka say we ene na mi bi so say na AU for wo madwuma a wo mo di wo mo dwuma di wo mo di no wo mo di ni say because enye no enye akwaso South Africans wo mo wa no maka wo ho no ma so for all this while again African Union then all the impact this xenophobic attack from South Africans and according to information some of the politicians and penifoni be our South Africa no tie these South Africans are one more Ghana for na echi and until na bepe me na me what they can say one more going for these attacks on Ghanaians and other African nationals almost South Africa no bepe me na yenchi will be on to mu ye will be responsible here because politicians need be use where the year politics war see a just shop see any new made free this African nationals are one more South Africa one more South Africans no one more just shop now one more the bear employees our boys here one more need to be idea ya catch up so mun kono mun koye say jumedi we eti ye hwanim you for the one more beka anamo mu betu and for this xenophobic attack so South Africa abribia South Africa be feel say oh ye pese ye mpamo other African nations in ye pese ye mbu wo no wo mutimi ye me freely apart from South Africa which African country na yes South Africa you know which African country Muslim crofo ebuka for Africa hanyina uko Nigeria South Africans wo ho uko babia South Africans wo ho eti what do you mean say we be free ukuro mu nko na we be free ukuro mu nko kra eye bro hwemami ya wo mo ni di nkomo yi hwe na niechi stitches wo babesia o na nipa mema be ye 6 egina no so we born yam we adan South Africa why and I'm aware film history South Africa if you are not aware of your history you better betina na akan history di akere mo the etimiama mo yes South African will come out and tell you if you have forgotten. Some person be few kroma oh bonus side that leave my country. Papa no why video ye di ka hwe back was say one more papers ekra ewu no mo be renew no mo quote eska de aye no kra no they won't do it for you. So automatically no na mo mpewam. Nyame yadoma said the 7 akano said the Ministry of Foreign Affairs Honorable Samuel Okuje Twabla wadi atutu dwano 27th Wednesday Ghanaians 300 free South Africa na womo ba be do man Ghana na afi womo aka ni nyina nso flight no ayom kakra e dia ba be do womo krom momra na penifo ayen hihye pa dia mamo de malusu bia momra ahai mu krom na momra na South Africa for de omo person de omo kro ye no enye na sasemi after say Ghana petition AU awie no wo mu kodi nkomo no wie ye behwe de be free mu de aba ansa ne afa ye ho adwene because ye ntimi ntina ho say ye nyina ye African country ye wa African continent ase na obia betimi etukwan aba me ne wo de ka say ye na the foreign affairs minister wa launch free e-visa no just wotina se kura no obetimi anya visa e wo breko a wo stress e de ma any other African country eti anya nka ne papa mu no anya de efa no na wo bi tu kromu a wo se wo ji madwuma wo se wo yem say eti other nationals a wo maba China for Indians Americans UK for a wo mo ba bi yom companies for Ghana na ya sorry say obi anko no krom yampemu wa it's business a wa building for 10 15 20 years no jatu won na yampemu nako because who ji adwuma South Africans akamu kakra pa was mo ye na mo hwe because ye nyina wa African continent na say and bibi entimi to South Africa ni entina Ghana ha mo say. And I'm wondering why South Africans, politicians, and penifo opinion leaders say, "Wo kromo asofo wo mu nyina ko omanwatum e this xenophobic attacks no." Now wo mu timi chinkrofo fam magana fo nhyase enne and na ye be hu nipa ye be tie omo kromo a ade omakogum because eni se sa na esi. And South Africans for ye. de yɛhwɛ anim Ghanafoɔ a mowɔ hɔ a magye atom yɛhwɛ ma ne mommra yɛnnuane mo ne yɛne mo ntena a wɔn nso wɔn mpɛ sɛ wɔn bɛba a wɔn deɛ wɔn still wɔn dwene sɛ wɔn adwuma anaa biribi a wɔn ayɛ nti wɔn bɛtena hɔ no mo nso mo gyina hɔ ɛne deɛ aban no wɔn ayɛ n'afɛ mu deɛ but ɛntena se ma obi mɛdaadaa o nyame yɛ adom a Wednesday wɔn bɛdu a yɛde cameras yɛbɛyɛ news no ma wɔn hu sɛ NDC aban ɛnte sɛ NPP foɔ wɔbere ko a Russia ne Ukraine ɛko Ghanafoɔ ɛwɔ hɔ ɛbɛtwa agyadoɔ esuyɛ ɛpa na Nana Akufo Addo ɛne Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia kyɛw sɛ wɔn ka wɔn mɛfa wɔn firi Russia mmra wɔn mɛfa wɔn firi Ukraine mmra Ghana ni bi a wɔwɔ Russia wawu ɛnya deɛ na Nana ne Bawumia tie wɔn sɛ wɔn tie wɔn a mibisa ɛne MPP member sɛ wɔbɛtumi de video baako kora ba bɛkyerɛ yɛn sɛ Russia ne Ukraine to kɔ ɛkɔɔ so no Ghanafoɔ a Ghana ban kɔfa wɔn firi Ukraine ne Russia ban ne ɛnie mo nyina mo hwɛ ɛnɛ yɛnya aban a ɔti asɛm yɛnya mampani a sabi sɛ watu kwan afi kurom akora no a wɔda a wɔdwene mo ho sɛ ne de hyia wɔ kuro bi so enti sɛ ɔyɛ ne ɔsɛyɛ ɛborɔ ewuo bi ɛto no a wɔbɛyɛ na wɔfa kwampa so akɔfɔ ɔman Ghana mu a ɛndeɛ bɛsi wɔn ho bia no MPP foɔ bɛsere wɔn timi nyɛ wei wɔn aka no saa kɛkɛ because wɔn ni saa adwene no wɔn ni saa tima no ɛde ma Ghanafoɔ wɔ akɔntuom eti bibi to wɔn a wotu kwan under the MPP wotu kwan na bibi to a you are on your own nobody cares o report ama hwan ba hwɛ honorable Samuel Okudzeto Ablakwa hwɛ tima hwɛ President John Dramani Mahama hwɛ dadwene wɔ dadwene wɔ sɛ me de hyeɛ me na meyɛ mampani me de yɛde tumi nyinaa sɛ me nsa sɛ menhwɛ Ghanafoɔ so ɛkya de no wɔ bi atu kwan yɛ fi kuro yi mu akɔtena baabi ne wɔnyɛ ɔhaw a menkɔfa ne mma ana de MPP bi ansida yɛbɛkɔ so akasa no kuro wɔ nyinaa de akyerɛw adan na di sɛ amanyo quote sɛ MPP they don't deserve your power ɛni sɛ wode tumi hyɛ mo nsa bio wɔn de yɛ dade because wɔn mo nwene Ghana ni ho wɔn ba wɔn man ni sika sɛ da bia me ka kyerɛ wɔn say this NDC government they are not talking enough how bad the MPP govern wɔn man Ghana ɛkwanya MPP di wɔn man Ghana fa so wɔ Ghana sika sɛm mu sanka NDC aban sɛ ɔbɛda ne nyina di akyerɛ wo a anka wobɛhunu sɛ wɔn man wɔ ewuwie anka wobɛhunu sɛ anda na Nana Akufo Addo ɛne Alhaji Bawumia ɛne da bia meka bibisa wo sɛ efisi yɛ wo a wo hyɛ ahyɛ sɛ wo to aba sɛ wo yɛ Ghana ni wani abie na amampanifoɔ ba yɛto aba yɛyi ɔmampani yɛyi ɛmanyoku ɛbɛyɛ aban na wabɛdi ɔman Ghana so aban bɛn mibisa amanyoku bɛn ana wadi adeɛ wie after 8 years na deɛ wɔyɛ finance minister ɔhwɛ ɔman no nyinaa sikasɛm so wadwane apart from Kenoforiata wabisa ho saa asɛm no sɛ dɛn nti na MPP foɔ di adeɛ wie no Ken Nana ya kuntunkunu ko Foriata a wɔyɛ ɔman futu sami for over 7 good years wɔman Ghana ha no adanti ne wadwane wabisa ho saa asɛm no wabisa ho yɛte na tumu America kora wɔ so pɛ ɔbɛdam wɔ hɔ dan so ɔbɛbɛ ɔman Ghana because sikasɛm ahodoɔ bi a tu Kenoforiata wɔman yi ahwere no ontimi yia no na ɔbaa wɔ so ɔdam wɔ fiase yɛgye na Japadeɛ nyinaa teka eti Ken Nana Foriata sɛ dabi wɔno once finance minister ɔkɔ akɔ present budget kora mɛmɛ di n'akyi ɛnom a yɛ body man aba kyɛ sɛ wɔba ɛne ɛnyɛ easy ɛnɛ Ken Foriata te Ghana din a wobɛka sɛ yɛde bɔnwoma sɛ ne tɛkrɛma so ɛnam bɔne ne kwan bɔne a wɔfa so de wɔman Ghana sika fa so wɔ kurom a this and this government they are not talking. All what they are trying to do is say one be solve all the problems MPP jato and then Bawumia as economist oba be ye vice president and no kura na Nana Akufo Addo any MPP for gina so can say Bawumia is an economist, economic wizard, economic wizard, Bawizi ne ye boni di fa baby a oh any Bawizi ba ko pe Bawumia ATF economy in Shanensa, the $5 free 4 Ghana cedis. The could do 17 cedis. One mufia bemuna dollar is almost 15 Ghana cedis. Under Alhaji Mahmood Bawumia as an economist. Wobia wano ni suku okoye no koye economist na mo obetena ban mu na economy ne gye ne nsam na wo mo de Ghana ball besia to the sense say wo man bia ni wa na opeso bo Ghana besia bi o etie ni yen chinchim Ghana fo nsa ni yen fa 11 sham kon wo mo bo modern fa kwan bia so pass 11 ekotwa ho cake a celebrate 11 say wo mo de eye sika wo mo ba beje me ma me sika wo mo ba beje wo na sika wo bra electronically no all use aye transactions wo mo twa ho cake di wo kromo a under the MPP na wo mo koje besia ekura every abrochire ba wo mo timi be ye kenke party eto do kro nko over 4 million Ghana cedis under the MPP and then Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia economy stroke digital man all babedi ade no economists offering no a digital man why mo na o mo say mo fa mo tumi mo bio abibi ni bia ba on cheno ono wo kasa me say first be second of yata wen I don't know ni kromo a because ya team ye hu ye na ken oxygen sin ni hune so na on that dialysis so na bibia anya ken of yata ya team ye hu ye ya tutu na no ye hu ye etiande na ken of yata ni kromo a first question na say be second question say under the NDC adie na say adie bakopa asai asini under the MPP na na dago kufa ne ba omya bisa ne sa questions ni we pe no yi wa no mo ke kansam digu omampani ho fi mo didi atem mo ye ya judges na ye cheche mo menda ne ma di nkirew the MPP for the Ghana for fa so ya kan bebre wa ya ntimi ko back bio enai wo musu vise yenja wom no mo fo bia ni mo nya fo mo kromo a Ghana fo apomo de bia meka now Ghana fo ni ada ho wo ma hunu abanya e betena mo bebo wom and MPP we say yan keka same way maybe MPP was say so man did atem ama Justin Fripon kodua na nabi ane Richard Ahiagbamo Dennis Miracle Aboajemo wo man sori anko police station anko kasa nye deda me ba to den na MPP ye okromo a kire me so man nye sa dede no want wo monka what is their use even if you go to the parliament wo maka ketekete bi without the MPP, the NDC can operate. They can pass any law. They can approve any business, government business. Without the MPP. That is how my new school, they have become. Very little. And that was because of the bad governance under Nana Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia and that day. What's here can work a crabia be Gina Honumwa? What person was switching Ghana for some Muntiano? Namunko to Abamfamano. There be a Mekao. Me say Yayam from Suo in the next 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 years. And the 2 million MPP in Sabia or my way, young woman baby and Fabio, young woman don't pay crown Fabio. Let's keep NDC in power. Let's keep them in check. One more yard any empire. Yambo muja. Yani ade 2 million more. Because they be a make say the NDC one more nya software. NDC they are not sent. You will be more muso mutibidi bone. But what I can tell you every day they say NDC for Ghana do makuma so no mu onyamisuro wo mumu. One more your mind bone o musuro. Nanka the under the MPP. Ebo one more crab fi Israel. You sue almost $100 million. Ebubu judges are dying buye. Already here. Ebubu Malian ambassador dying already here. Ebubu a Japadia who do already here. Say, Wamudi Besia sorry that the Amanyan coupon. Almost $100 million. Me say, some person who are tourist attraction. I ensure to a Korea temu. Unian and Krofoko Darimu. $100 million. Sikati Chikro. MPP for the 2 amana. Already here. And what's me and Casa no crow intro? Every say, who ya MPP ni, a 2 day best the MPP ni. Munya who to me. Ghana phone for to me, Mamubio. Because Santini you to know what is no, what TikTok or who cry. Moon to number training and nay, social media is collapsing the MPP more. Because and someone more kind, the more yeah, more guineas will be any recording the social media. Tiene one fan no the ababa toto ho. Sa semna mo kan no kura na. Enti MPP say aboa wo be so pre. Enti di amu ye ni di judge asem, ye ni di president Mahama tem, ye ni di asofo atem, ye nkeka asem a di pressure be bo manum said ye be ya o mampani John Dramani Mahama ni NDC aban kro be lose focus. If you are Ghanaian and you love this country, what was Ghana for to South Africa? Yeah, who can sack you from Ghana as a Ghanaian? Yan kambum. Mama yan kambum. Mama ya dwene emra so say abere bia ye change amanyo ko sakra na atwe o man ne ko na chi. Enti se sie yenya omampani ti say John Dramani Mahama with all the experience or with akumapa odo tima a wo mo man yi ene niema wa hyase ye. Now over 2,000 kilometers of land under air course under construction, under the big push and other government-sponsored projects, road projects. And no air course Ghana, how do say? And under MPP, maybe such as MP. MPP ni MP minister bi a wunimno so ba bisane say and another Kokufado and the MPP for the entire 8 years until document of over 100 kilometers of road. You are still trusting these people upon all BC and boy within 8 years over 600 billion Ghana cedis. Na Kokufado ni ba omia. Ade no mo dey. Ye kasa no kro we chire wa wo si oh Debbie me dem MPP ni ye wo krom ha ye be gusu ni aka no kre no e de akyerew abusia ye nkotwe roads and highways minister honorable Agboja Gavins wo ko PM e wo Savannah region ye bia ye friend no wo Indura Jakpa senior high school road minister ekokasai efa road contract ahodo a ekọ hu ne Ghana for kwaye wo so mo fa so kra na ekwaye omo ye omo mpatem no abiribi omo check se contractors no ye adwuma ye road minister mra na ento adwuma die so.
The longest corridor under your big push project is from Wenchi to Wa. Let us be frank, there's apprehension about the pace of work between Wenchi to Wa, right from Bono through Savannah to Upper West. That is the fact. Simply because this is the longest section, about 300 kilometers. I must say that, disappointingly, contractors working on this corridor are the least in terms of performance currently. And Your Excellency, we are not going to sit down for anybody to take job and not do it, and after your term we'll say that, every contractor who has got job between Wenchi and Wa better sit up and work, because we will not wait until the term of President Mahama to complain. Please sit up and work. That is why we were here recently to say that if you are a contractor, irrespective of your political affiliation, your size and everything, please get to site and work. And I want to assure Savannah, your share of the Big Push project will be completed within the stipulated time. No contractor working on any road in the country or Savannah would be tolerated for doing shoddy work. I have news for you. Today, interestingly, in Savannah region, on every day, when you go to platform, citizens have decided to take their mobile phones and record everything that every contractor is doing. They've been sending it to President Mahama, they've been sending it to me. So if you are a contractor, you can no longer connive with my agencies to send me a very beautiful report in Accra and pretend you are working. The people know. In fact, they even tell me how many people are on your site on daily basis. There's one contractor that I cannot mention. It's a Chinese contractor. I know the number of equipment that are on site today, how many people are there, and when they came to work. And I want to thank the public for this level of vigilance. And I want to encourage all young people across the country. Do same with every road project that is in your community. Own it. Report to us. Don't wait and say that the minister will know about it. Please let us know. You are not a nuisance. Day and night, tell us what is happening on your Big Push project in your community. So that together, President Mahama will go down on record as the person who made the biggest intervention on our roads. Currently, over 2,000 kilometers of road are being constructed. This is not fiction. Unlike what President Akufo-Addo did in Parliament when he did one of his State of the Nation address and pretended that he built almost 18,000 kilometers of road. To be told, there's no record in our country that President Akufo-Addo actually even started and completed 100 kilometers of road. It doesn't exist.
Honorable Kwame Agboja-Gavins, Roads and Highways Minister, Papa Wobo Ejuma. What you are saying, Okache, and the Nepen there. I will Masebe Jamon Penny and not Danko Kufado Kojina Hofa, Pepper, Jina Simpieso, Eridi, Ekache say almost 18,000 kilometers of road are being constructed under the your friends a year of roads project. But and then the current Roads and Highways Minister, Honorable Gavins Kwame Agboja-Kachere, and said, under the MPP, we don't have any document that say, and another Danko Kufado, any Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, almost constructing a coin over even 100 kilometers of road. This is what we dealt with. This is what we saw. And throw. Omampeni ankasa etimi twantro. Na Danko Kufado, Mampeni dada. No, we've constructed over na amwakwatamo and your friend say asensubu achemo. E kwanya wodu a omudo omsaka nyina no sika bia ni bia. Wo ma disika nyina. Kwa ya asensubu ache kwa ne bantama constituency rehabilitation of roads kaka na wo ye no. Go and look at the amount. Say kwani wo hodida ye faso kakra bia siesie ni ye. Go and listen to the amount. All these people are working there freely. They need to be called to order. Call them and ask them. At the end of the year, 1 billion, 356 million, 420 something thousand Ghana cedis. These are the same people calling you. Sebra, number 2 Abamomo, 2028. You will cromwa. You bet just an yemen in Wadi. Now, for the actual one who said, won't to me from to me and say a pamsaya for some. A true for some woman or my wood woman deserving to me, Saganani. I will pay on my incoso. And you because you can credit the actual. Turn about the government or Sagan and EBR. Big push project cost or big push in Kwa. Other road project under this NDC government. I Excellency John Dramani Mahama, together with the Roads and Highways Minister Kwame Agboja-Gavins, Aircost were on Patemino. Me pacho debia ope cry your report your video fatu social media keke. Say o maba say o maye, si wo mugusu so mumusu and contractor bia obey shoddy work. Say Kwame be say intem ne be chiwa die sika wo. Roads Minister me da say koso ukwa no be time I was on the edge man on do ya cancel the contract, throw them away, arrest them, take our money back from them, give it to people to do it. Because they are working on contractors or they are affiliated to the MPP. Woman the MPP for na year Juma said the contractors ni bi wa mobile to woman no na MPP for am contract na mo ntwam na mo de ma woman no the omni MPP for you say ebi no ma say ye be ball last ye ba twentwan ye nase na His Excellency John Dramani Mahama project road project ahodo de am say ye be push say ye den was by 2027 ending and was so say commission all these roads no the 2028 eti ebi no mo relax said the beya emma so wa wanya wadwuma no me say road bi eda on potem across all the 16 regions abiri bia wo for so your video under the big push under any other road project because your video post to your social media, send them out, let's see if the contractors are working and they are doing a very diligent job. And tell my Ghana and save you. We Ghana in outdoor mine one. Ma wadwene ne wakoma embra NDC aban so hwe niema wo mo ye nafu oni di akire. For once think about Ghana before your political party na ye nyina ye nchekire wo man no say mu be ye de e de ama me ne umi no e de abusa ye to adwumadi no so e de ama wo ha na make out said now the office of the registrar of companies wo mo de kokobo bi aba okay wo mo be ka say companies a wo mo emma emefale wo mo niema no sa companies ni nyina no wo mo beto ma men kan omo statement na e wa ha no ye wia na fe ye di won komo I say Office of the Registrar of Companies, extension of deadline for filing of annual returns. Now mo amako register mo companies Office of the Registrar na munko na mun file mo returns no san kaboy ekọ de ma muntimiti I say the Office of the Registrar of Companies wishes to inform all companies, business owners and the general public that the deadline for filing annual returns and renewing business names has been extended from 30th April 2026 to 30th June 2026. This extension is intended to provide businesses with additional time to address compliance documentation challenges and regularize their status without immediate sanctions. Companies that fail to comply by the extended deadline will be subject to penalties, including additional filing fees and possible removal from the company's register. All stakeholders are strongly encouraged to take advantage of this extension to ensure compliance and avoid sanctions. For further inquiries, clarification, or to obtain a copy, kindly reach our call center on 0208 249 841 0208 249 841 or WhatsApp Telegram 059 952 5774 or connect with us on social media at ORC Ghana. Now, what me file returns? So, up to the end of June. So, when me file returns, so business name changes. Be now, so one year with the Office of the Registrar. Can I say you bet me you ding? Business in your bedroom to me for operating you. And your tramun so now, yes, I would be your operation. A criminal, your betcha. Penalties are who do be the bebama no what ya and today in Tina Sabre ya wunim say one register of business with this registrar no one corner renew bi wo ha won ye returns bi wo ha won ko annual returns won corner won ko file say be ye na won fa oha mu we are making we be betena ho ahwa mo ha na ba beto no ansa na wakwanim se okwakoye ebishan ko bitri garlic Mr. for asoye mfemra wo mu nro no yare wa hodo a esa futu ewom se wo betie na wo no maduro na timi asaw yare ye hwe omomra ye ba beto adwumedi so
enua victory garlic mixture na wati ni dinatiatia tin se na aduro ni tie na no pasem ne se aduro wi adwuma ye titru pa ne se ebeboa ananna ne srade ewo ni padua ni muntin mu ama ohu atɔ kura ye dika obabi wo ho a okomfikyire a ema aduro a wunya ye victory garlic mixture ebi kura ho bekwa ewie wansa na ba eye victory e na wunya victory no ma na usumi biara ubenya ofikyire akwa empa ho kura eno de akira obi wo ho ani ti na tedwa no obi wo ho ye adwuma kakra bia no abre na nakoma bɔ ne periperi ni nyina ye mogya entimi mfa akoma no nkwa adwen mu eno ne kofa saa de ne ba odofo mesrewo so wo ho na wonsɛm ta adwew ebi a wonsa no sei ana wonam ro mu na esi fom no kra adwew ana ayetofo sɛ de edi fom ato mpaboa mu a eya victory na me kan fama wo unum victory asa no ma ye bobɔ so nyina no ebegyae de ɔtɔ hɔ anadwo a wontini na wohia victory emframa nyankopɔn de ama yɛn sɛ yɛ nhumi wo de wo nhumi a na wo tie so o bra eya victory na betimi aboa wo ye wo bi wo so a wo ho ana ne yɛmahye no a obia na ne ka obia nya ne hwe obi also na kuma bɔ ne periperi ni nyina mogya ne ntimi ne afusa ne ye wo ni padua no adura wunya yɛ victory garlic mixture de watwa bra ya bia ya na sɛ kokodue ne nam no ho ye ne basa eya victory na me kamfo wunya victory bi no a ebeboa wo sɛ doctor de wato aduro so sɛne a wobetimi anom victory na ka waduro wo nyina ne sɛ waduro no na abɛnom a meet aduasa no anom we so na abɛnom a no anom victory no so akyi meet aduasa wo ye ne sɛ bibia abɛde kama ma sɛ wo nase tata wo ye agya ho adwuma a mesrɛw adura me kamfo ama wa yɛ victory garlic mixture mesrɛw nipa ne bia danse a yɛpɛ sɛ yɛfa wo madanse na tie na sɛ wo so kɔtɔ a wobɛnya saa danse korɔ no a
ntwe mi nyini mi mpedwa mi ntumi ni di mi yare so mane ko be 12 years ni ma num nduro kan mojeduru 5 minutes de trim matutu ana nse na meti TV ntumi na mehwe ne mu se motan drobi esi victory heba victory garlic mixture ne me todru sa wa modru no asa modru no eye papa ntimi didi o me din san no me didi afi me no se didi ya na afi insan afi me no ntimi didi bi afi me di ma edrubone sa wi semi eno so no ntimi didi eno so me be mu sa afi de eno so be du bi no ntimi didi bi afi me hu de me nya no am ti edo no kan wo tv so a na me kutu bi no me no edo no anopa ani awiane anwure no ande no si afi nyampara me no adibia ntimi didi no si afi na toilet am ko ya black masa modro no die edo ni ye na nyame nhira mo
aje me pa me problem ye menstrual pains nda ne kakra me so me nya me menses no bosum ni ma me bre pa me brankasa me timi to tondro no na ne se manti se yesi ye bidro ha na makoto be bia me we me timi fa ka ekọ obi kru so ekoto bidro me timi no bi tese na victory ni in fact I don't know minim die wo mu die me koto obi me tie advert no TV so sada na me sorry anwunwe na me koto ye na dana me say ade yi to me paadi mu no muja tropa yi to me paadi no ti me twa to me phone so kura say ha adwene a enka me de betum aka ho na mo ahwe te say so wa hwe ye kwa baka se na bia me ya bo hye na me no maduro bi te say efi sada na yi sa muja troa no to me paadi mu no me nya mezi no maduro e ma me hu sa emuja se bi like say kwoti te say ni nyina flow kama ti victory tie mintimi enja ento ho te to de bia na mo ba abaso am mo mesoma abaso na edun ne me di hu adanse
obi si me de cholesterol sa de boni e na aba mi nipadua ma be di atenase wadro ye victory garlic mixture se wunya victory ni no ma cholesterol ne se ne nani e density bia no victory be yi ni nyina afiru nipadua no odofo wo pedua to anama ne 024 25 45 633 024 25 45 633 and 020 129 3280 020 129 3280 a victory mkunimdie ne ade bremo.
The average human body mass should have at least 60% water for optimal performance in any physical or mental exercise. We can help you maintain it naturally. Natural mineral water. Simply natural. For bulk purchase, call 0596 273 546 or 0596 273 547. This advert is FDA approved.
Misamo Akwaba Bio deba TVXYZ and afi Power 97.9 FM inside Politics Jumedi Senior Yeguso yɛda ɛyɛ wɔman Ghana mu ansɛm ahodoɔ a ɛtwagu kwan a aban fa so no abɔ ɔman ho bra sɛ bɛyɛ na abere bi atemamini wɔn so ho betimi atɔw ne nneɛma ahodoɔ nhyehyɛ pa a wɔn na ama yɛn nyinaa no yɛasomdwa a yɛhwehwɛ nnwuma ne sika pa no yɛnsa atimi aka bi midin deɛ nka Obrempong me na mede dwumadie ho kyame ɛde ama wɔn nɛ yɛtɔ dwumadie no so a na mamen kae sɛ ex natural mineral water ɛyɛ nsukrogyin a nsuo no nnuane ahodoɔ bi a ehia sɛ bɛma wɔn so wɔnom a wapɔmuden asipia sita no wɔn nsa betumi aka bi no ɛwɔ saa nnuane no ahodoɔ no nyinaa nti ɛyɛ ma wo ɛyɛ ma ɔba ɛyɛ ma ɔyere ɛyɛ ma wɔbusuani biara ti abere biara a wɔbɛkae sɛ nsukɔm de wɔbɛnom nsuo no mepakyɛ ma no nyɛ ex natural mineral water sɛ wɔbɛyɛ yie wɔbɛyɛ party wɔbɛyɛ wedding engagement company bi yɛ conference sɛ adeɛ bi a de nipa dodoɔ bɛbɛ mu no mepakyɛ ɔkae na ahyɛ no sɛ nsuo a wɔbɛsɛve waseɛ ɛbɛyɛ ex natural mineral water sɛ ɛbɛyɛ no obiara bɛnya saa ahotɔsoɔ no sɛ wanom nsupa a ɛno ɛbɛma na apɔmuden kae na hyɛ no nso sɛ obɛnya bi atɔ melcom ɛne mat bia ɛbɛn wɔ na mmom sɛ mɛdi nsuo ho adansepade akyerɛ wo yi sɛ watene nnɛ na nso wɔ shop wopɛ bi atu agu shop mu a mepakyɛ numbers a mede ba bɛto dwa no bɔmmɔden no afrɛ wɔm bɛgye wo so na ɔmama wo ɛyɛ nsuo yi bi atu na nso watɔn 0596273546 0596273546 and 0596273547 0596273547 ex natural mineral water ɛyɛ nsukrogyin a simply natural wɔn mo ebetimi aboa ukɔ Facebook ayɛ hɔ at power 979 ana TVSYZ ubetimi ahwɛ inside politics dwumadie bi na emu bɔ mɔden ekopie mu YouTube ayɛ XYZ broadcasting bɔ mɔden na gyebrɛ na hwɛ bi fo agye nkyerɛ to asɛ mmerepɛ mu no yɛbɛgye brɛ ne akenkan de ama wo ɛwɔ dwumadie so ɛnɛ yɛne Mr. Anthony Nupenu ɔno ɛyɛ Greater Accra Regional Organizer de ma NDC amanyɔkuo no na ɛtena se na nsɛm ahodoɔ a aka ɛsɛ fata sɛ wɔn nso betimi anya nteaseɛ ɛho nkyerɛmu no yɛabɔmmɔden abiebiem na yɛde asom saa bere deɛ yɛnkɔ Cement Vital Herbal Mixture for wɔn aso ɛyɛ wɔn nnupa a wɔn wɔ yarewa ahodoɔ etimi sa bɔmmɔden no tie wodi omu a tuanamɔ nkɔpɛ bi na ɛbɛboa wo yie paa Obapa kwa ba.
Yeah, Obrempong.
Na wo te say.
Erade adom kran.
De Nyankopon ase.
Yeah, sorry, ya hodin. Yetimi afensu ma ba edwuma de na say nyame
ya. Na nsuo na topa.
Nya asem keto kra. Yes, Erade say obehwe obi aso nkran de nsuo gugu say na asem obehwe.
Ya asem aba. Nya asem. You na yetie mu Cement Vital ba mesha. Munno no kwan ye fa so asayade. Afutu amode magana for. Ya ready yetie mu.
Me da say ebusua for mama adwo na mama kwa ba bia hwe fi bia nkran ha de enso ato enti fam afọ aha ye nwuno menim enen so so menim se fitie ndro nyina afim kumase tamale side ho nyina meti na enso to ala enti menim bia hwe fi na menim se ne eho sitie mema wadwo na mama wakwa aba na mama watena se enso na mada wasese da bia edwo da ye betena se ne edi nkoma fa Cement Vital Herbal Mixture ne capsules afi prekese powder ogibre na wutie na wuto na mo na wuto na enam se niema dos wo wiase na nsɛm no so adɔso nti da bi etena se a ɛwɔ se ɛkyerɛkyerɛ mu kyerɛw na wahu papa no watimi etu anamo na watɔ na etimi aboa wo Cement Vital Herbal Mixture capsules ɛna afei so prekese powder no ɛyɛ Pensan Company Limited ɛna de abɛdwa so ne ɛyɛ ne sɛ yɛ produce no na yɛ de abɛdwa so abɛtɔn sɛ de bɛ na ɔkasa mprempren de yɛ ni clinic bia yɛ fɛ ne Cement clinic enti sɛ wopɛ aduro ni bia to a mesrɛ wadaroma number na wɔ screen so no ɛne mo amutemi power de be beto dwa no eno na obefa na wafrɛ yɛn na yɛma waduro no bi atɔ yɛbɛbi hospital ente bi anyame yɛ adoma yɛn na yɛbɛfrɛ no Pensan Hospital enye Cement ɛna yɛbɛfrɛ no ɛne ntimi so tie na hyɛ ne nso na obi amfa 6 ana ne 9 na afei nso so de tie bie mu sɛ oyɛ kɔ na wo fra hyɛ sɛ obi enka nkyɛ sɛ sɛ ne misika na memfa aduro ne ma ne wɔ ha make sure sɛ nipa na ne kasa ne yɛ number wo screen is wa ɛyɛ 0244 7185 57 0244 7185 57 and 0241 604 702 0241 604 702 and 0500 888890 0500 888890 and at the 30 no chat one san numbers nine ya media to dwai eno pe na abefre wo so na fe no ne mpanyimfo adi nkomo na fe so bebia benya duro ne bia to no bebia wo no ya kyerɛw na wakopa bi ato na de ahomeka sonko kra e de abrɛw na afei so cement vita herbal mixture ne capsules and afei so preke se powder se ope biato o mai mu ha ba bia obenya biato ukọ pharmacy shop Lansing's chemical shop herbal shop bia 16 region de ya to ahwete ba bia obenya biato na emom won kran ha na pedodo na tua nipa yen ye de ama ne se onto dodo na nton e wo okanhyi draklin no ho na abenya biato e be wi a medidi ne betudwa na wakọ akọpa bi etu ato won honom na no etimi aboa cement vita herbal mixture ye formulate ye purpose ese emwa ye nerves emwa ye ntini emwa ye ensiesie ne pedua no se de be amonja bedi afusane se de be energy ahoden na ebetimi de ye adwuma empanyifo tenase no eye Dr. James Amoa ene ne mpanyifo na pamfo a omoka no ho boa eye eduredi be adwaso no omotenase hu sa de ba ko he ganafo a me ankasa me hu bi a wusu di adanse eye ahoden ade bi eso ye de be ye adwuma unze de bia no ye adwuma de ntitem bia na ye mre me pa cho eno nti no ye hwe se enema ye num koyemu se ne be benya ahoden yawde bia woni padua no be fi ho ye benya ahoden asa ye adwuma ede di eche ne bia mu nti no eme enum nuo bia bedu wi echi na akofo ha okese pa e de abreye enu nti omohwe enua hini nua haban afei enua na bana nkase mu a enu betimi aboa natural spices ahodo a etimi boa ema ya hoden natural energy ahoden pa ema ye ntini nimu a emu apompono emu timi tenetene etimi boa ye momogedi afuse ne woni padua nim ena omokeka bomu e de yes cement vita herbal mixture ne capsules afei so preke se powder eno omokeka bomu e de ye se ebeboa wo ayiya bia woni padua nim enti me no ka say ade bia ye yaw aye fe ni pain say you wachiri ka say wachiri dompe say wo to asenti na twetwe hunam nyina na yaw ya say da bia wato ba ha na so no pa na say waye mmere wo so afiri mpam a je say te senya asem geto a eno na ye de aye doi cement vita herbal mixture ebeyi sa yaw de nyina e de afiri ho yaw ne emfa ho ne de ba ye say bia wo ye mason wo ye carpenter na wo ye adwuma te say wo ye journalist wo tena ho da bia na wo ye adwuma office wo ta tena ho che enti wachi eno achi obi ho no ma no nya enteric fever de efe ne typhoid no e ba etimi so ne kon nchen na so ne chiri kase no na e twe no obi ho so no nya ulcer no aso na chi ode ne sa so na chi say ya anhwa no akase kidney kra na ayo na e pain no enyina fa ko etimi twia na akosi wachi kase no e ulcer kra na de sa pain na ba wo for cement vita herbal mixture ne capsules a e be isa ya wo nyina e de afiri ho de ama ebia wakohwe ase honam ba bi ya wo ya de bia me ka che osese nya kase na mu abu se ye twen se wo so a wonum nnu a wo ye nnu no kase ne betoa na ya pa na ya wo ya wo ba bi na ahwe ho na ya wo ya na wo fa cement vita herbal mixture ne capsules na preke se powder no yi na ya wo na nkwa wo de ya afre me esa se minim ne ya me kanti minim ne edu etimi ya minim adanse a ya meje enkrofo mu di adanse kro omunnim po se ya mempo e na edu no meton no mo doso eni nti pebi na nonom na emwa wo so your ba na so we ye bema na wo sciatica pain o to asentini twa besi wo nase ana wo ho ana to asentini na etwe no afi wo na ba ko so ananse a kire dendenden a wo je ho a engia make am for cement vita herbal mixture ne capsules no na wo de preke se powder na ka ho ebebo ye fi ho krakrakra edro ba ko a eboa sciatica pain eye no de bia meka cho sciatica na sciatica nerves no enti aye se etuntem ase besi e na ase enye yade na emom no yade ahodo bi e bani paduanum no etimi de pressure to sa entini ne so a e de yawa no eden pa e de bro na nsem de ne se o for cement vita herbal mixture ne capsules na eboa wo na masa entini na e ho aye inflamed enu nti ama pain na ba no eye free ho no na se boa wo asiesie ne padua no amasa o how na kofa as inflamed ne ba ye no eyi ni na e de free ho no so hu se de na de ban titie e bo adwuma papa nti se unto bi nom da ene eye da e wo se wutimi kopa bi to na onom na megidi ye se so do adanse be ba se de nkrofa hodo e de won de no e ba no e bia na wo de nya sciatica na mum sisi ya de pa yi e na wo sisi ya wo ya okoto kra na aso ya na ya asem abrante kwa pa se okoto age se oto bo ase na wasore o fro staircase aba SYZ ha kra na ya asem foforo cement vita herbal mixture e be body wakagina mu e yi sa pain ni de free ho se na me de kan minim bebia wo ha de nsu ato wie madwo awarefo bedu dem anadwo na obema pe oba pe so hye ne kuniyam na akofa asem foforo na amba me pa cho de bia me ka che so yo obema na se wo premature ejaculation a enya de papa premature ejaculation no eye yade enye se ne oba no ho efebro so yenim enke wo se nke kwa anim kakra de wo de na ye secondary wa ye primary wa wo de wo fi ase sa na te ana se mre bi adura mane ma kokko ye se nkoyie ana ya de bi e bai wanya tired issue ye se o testosterone no e da se kosro dodo ana aba fam dodo de tie bia no cement vital herbal mixture ne capsules ebe di wakagina mu ebe boa wo eyi sa ha no e de afi ho e de amount wo ye obema nso na bia wo diabetes ndro so wa fa che ana so pressure ndro so wa fa che enam sa yesu ntino ama me masemate ko tim keja to wo fa no bia sorry na e chene sorry bi me pa cho anu ye no e cement vital herbal mixture ne capsules ubia now the prekese powder no e de title anu ye ano no ya de kure de bai na ebe ye fi ho na asa aboa wo ama ogina sese bema me ka cho se yedro ne enya aphrodisiac enye sa anyama na omotonton odwa so da bi we ye dra ya to ebo ase formulate a eye ntimu adwuma na wo ye bema de onim se ntin na edoso enti ebe yiyi mu aboa wo ama wetimi agina bra ne se bema enyi yo manfree mu so yo ba na wo low libido a che se bema no so anonom na ne ho atono na wo de ba na so udwane eno so ya asem foforo me pa cho ukunu nom na wo so numbi cement vital herbal mixture ne capsules ebe boost to libido level so ba amwatimi agina wonan so na nya no nko a e boost sa level na eboa wo ama onsebuo mu hawo no eyi ni nyina e de afi ho ama wo eno nti wa kwa fitira ye wo ya pa wa wo de no enshada mayi wa wo de no kwa ma hu ovulation time mpo na watimi ahwese obetimi anyim yi ana se watimi chese emboa obi nso de ane de na tikokra 6 months 1 year 3 years emaida na wa fa aduro bia na nkwa wa no yie eye cement vital herbal mixture ene ne capsules e ma renfi so your ba ne titiru se wo de prekese powder no ebe ka ho sanse no ebu ama moja ba yie ana abusumi bia moja fi ni pedwe no mko yesi kodi nkontomre ene ye fense bode wudi ni nyina no e ma iron no bi nso wo cement mu e wo prekese powder ni mu ebetimi aboa wo esiesie so oba e ma niam nyina ahyehye yedi ama wo de na eye cocoa eye pals me pa cho ko cement vital herbal mixture ne capsules ni bi na nonom enye se be ma ko afichira na afi wa yo oba da bi mo nso so aya motatena ye fe ne say washroom ho na mo kenkan mo graphic no mo nteso kakra ntiranse dodo no e ha adwen papa wo tena se cha e na wo so kra wasa atena adi so e na adi mu zo ebie na the stress ne pressure ni na good nerves na e wo sa e honom no so e ba sa akoko ne mpa ho da o for cement vital herbal mixture ne capsules no na hwesa ne ma we nyina yie se na be ye de ahomeka so nkokra e bebe ne pedua ni mu ye numbers ne wo screen so so utie me power freyen sisi a ye ho remedies ahodo bebre ho ye de keka nri ho e de mamo nti freyen ne ne oni di nkomo ne encho bebia benya biato na so pedodo to wonkran ha de a Repage Ventures e ho e na benya do so puo na tu ho na ya ma no se ono won tonton wonkran ha apart from that no frey bebia wo bi e becho bebia benya bia obeto numbers in 0244 718557 0244 718557 and I say 0241 604 702 0241 604 702 and 0500 888830 so we tire or ya when it te brew or pressure ta kosho akuma ta bon tentema make come farm or say prick natural powder ya make ho asemi e maybe pound honda e powder the ohiani is what the we say be good man na chese wona wo sene no wo pressure wo stroke and I busu ani bi na wo bia me pa chop prekese powder no now the cement vital herbal mixture and the capsules na ka ho ebe boa ne papa ebe yi ntirinum ebe ma moja de efusane yi na afi moja efi wakoma ho e de akọ otirim na akontentem de ama eno ntia sempeti a wadaroma pebinato na mo Repage Ventures na benya do sopo na ato Ghana ha de ato ahwete be bia obenya biato fayen was 0244 718557 0244 718557 and 0241 604 702 0241 604 702 0500 888830 0500 8890 Madam Wase
Adia baako pa bribia na se wo sika kra no a na se ewo ho a wani ntimi nye yare ti abribia wo beti se ye bo aduro hu dawuro ewo TVSYZ ewo power na 7.9 FM bomode na pebi se wo die wo mu nko ade a ne abo yare so a ma won sentimi nka bi na eye dupa ebetimi aboa abusia TVSYZ and afi Power 97.9 FM inside politics jumedi esunie ye beda na ye ho aba ye ba pe Mr. Anthony Nukpenu ono Greater Accra Regional Organizer de ma NDC amanyeko no ba betena se na nsema aka nyina no yatimi abiem na ye de asomo twen ye da na ye ho aba zia ne ato adwumedi nsama.
Hi. Now let me tell you about Safari Valley Eco Resort, the first of its kind in West Africa. Upon your arrival, you are introduced to your butler, who plans your itinerary.
We were surrounded by wildlife from the moment we entered the eco park.
So many activities, all in the same premises. Visit the gym or the stables, they have it all. At my break, I'm able to practice my putting.
We also went fishing on a man-made canal. Our tour guides taught us so much about the wildlife and how to interact with them.
They used only electric vehicles here. This creates a serene environment. I'm told it's over 1,000 acres. My cabin here sits on 2 acres with a large terrace space overlooking my private swimming pool. Now this is royalty. They have their own farms, thousands of fruit trees. I can also have my lunch here at the waterfall. Quite a beautiful place you have here.
Visit Safari Valley Eco Resort in Ghana, bringing you closer to nature.
If a cry na menyisika, etia ye mefui.
Ehin fa na menya bosia, edia tre medjuma yimu.
Kai kra mabre, mi ye bosia ato taxi fufu. Suhum Rural Bank.
Suhum Rural Bank.
Yamamwa kwa baba Suhum Rural Bank. Ya wonhyehyɛ ahodoɔ bi te sɛ dwadifo abosia, akuokuo bosia, susu account, ɛne daso wɔ hɔ savings account, mebada chain savings account, ɛne deɛ keka ho. Frɛ Suhum Rural Bank wɔ 034229186. Na wɔn nso wetumi aka sɛ
Suhum Rural Bank ama ene mayeka una.
Suhum Rural Bank enti mepa minie.
Suhum Rural Bank, growing our heritage.
Na ede na ya obayi a oda forma so ne yafunu emunumuni.
Oh Mr. Entry, also yare ya titi bi ben fie pi nanso ne yam nyono da se me kire no ahodo amato a me hunu hwe a ebe ya nwanwa.
Menyi ni se what ulcer tamfo Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture yanum bom kotia ulcer no bia ma no anom anka ne ho ato no dadaada ulcer dro de eno ne Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture
ankom ni nkyeremu
ulcer yekura eto yefunu ene ensunu mu etuma wo yefunu ekeka wa wogire wo ho a enye ulcer etumi ema wo ye cheko ebra wadidi awie so how eye ulcer de a compare Hexa capsules any Hexa mixture nanum bom na ho ebeto
pedudu atu a ko okanshi drug lane Kumasi Dani Herbal Takradi AA Mensa Anafre 02038228855 Apefo abatan ya woma won mofra no fo ene mofra woni mfie dumienu enka ho Hexa capsules ene ne mixture
all satan for edie age adwadie nkrato yi atom.
The serene environment fits into the goal of the school, which is simply to provide excellent educational foundation for your ward's development before they commence primary education. At first glance, clearly you will see why the school is called Hebron Hills International School, as the building stands tall overlooking town. With a Montessori style, we have experienced and dedicated staff and trained teachers. Our small sizes classrooms are meant to enhance teacher-focused approach where children get one-on-one attention from the teacher. Hello there. We are open at 7:30 a.m. and school closes at 2:30 p.m. After school care is from 4 p.m. to 6 p.m., while early drop-off can be arranged at 6 a.m. Hebron Hills International School is located at Midye off the Nsawam Road.
Locate us with GP postcode GW0688 GA West and GPS code 06884870. You can contact the school and make further inquiries on 050-876-2375 or call the office directly on 0302-918768. Email us at hebronhills.school@gmail.com. Hebron Hills International School. Excel and shine.
Obrempong eye adwumada. Eboa eyam aduane. Eboa eyi nsa free ni peduane. Na eboa woni pedua ma etena ho yi. Nanso wonim sɛ nneɛma a yɛdi na yɛnom timi ma brɛbɔ yɛ adwumaden sen pɔtee.
Mehu da. Me brɛbɔ yɛ adwuma paa. Ebia sɛ sɛ mentumi yɛ bibi boa me brɛbɔ.
Ani, and nothing about the left hip from the Moses Clinic, we have our center about herbal food supplement. We see the pan the barber, ama a year juma ye.
Now, any juma.
Fatopa yenu, and no pani anymore. Na a boama brabo ye juma ye. Send a beya, a bit me and yam a jania woody, a sissy ni pejanimo, a ye moving see.
And no, I'm a brabo can't pan.
Ubenya Life Kid or pharmacy, herbal shops, ne supermarkets are a bell. So what do those way to up? 0244 068447. Life Kid, Wawu Bravo, Wawu Nipedia. A droy and your mapping for a ma emma or manfo, ne for our 1 year in fear to me. FDA JD Cratui Atum.
Misama wakwaba biyo deba TVSYZ and afi Power 97.9 FM Inside Politics Jumedi Sunye uko Facebook wa yoho at Power 979 FM TVXYZ nemo mobo moni kopiemo YouTuber ye XYZ Broadcasting na waje brashe Jumedi bi wabra Jumedi etwegu ni nyina no wadwenkyire bia bomode na gya to ase womrepemu ye bebie sensemi mu na obibie hu sampa so ka ho bi ano man Ghana go so abo fa ne tema pa bi di fra medi di enke Obrempong Yankopon nkyira mempene da se da bia woje brase betimi edi se Jumedi we edi abomu ye to Jumedi ni so di amawa se the medical academy no enti bia na afi ye ne Mr. Anthony Nupenu ono ye Greater Accra Regional Organizer de ma NDC amanyoko no ba betena se ne nsema hodo bi e wo ho no ya tete de free ho na me pesa me bonwura Ablekuma North Constituency kakra beye 1 minute bi ne yeko honorable Erabina Obin Yankopon onhira oye pa na onka ho I think says MPC ni nyina womo ebo adwuma pa se de honorable Erabina Obin eye wa Ablekuma North Constituency na anka ebetimi aboa wo hwe akwan ahodo a ewa Ablekuma North a atete apra pansam eniema mami Ablekuma North for early 2 minutes and say omram na sebedwem na wo medi o manim de ehu hia bia onka se beye na aban so ni betimi akom so no abaya ma no the way honorable Urabina Obin or born ho modern wa Ablekuma North meaning say the good people of Ablekuma North enya de woman wo ho kra se wo medi tumi no amane se oni o manim ma se da pa na me se da bi e wo se metimi kan ho asem because say ubati news efi Ablekuma North be nyina no news are very very encouraging. The last time omo no wini best BBB poverty just say niema honorable Urabina Obin ye wo ho no traffic light bi a say ewo awoshini mangwase empatem ho over beye 8 years ni sa traffic light in adwuma and through that accident as traffic light na adwuma na akose wo ho no recent one was CAC crowd here. Nipa 17 ewu at the spot because of that traffic light. And then there are many what they can say what me aboa amomahye. And then many didn't come already so see we can say na traffic light crowd and kawe ya wakan wasem. Debi but for how many years sir traffic light we say any odogono traffic light no odogono school wa wo shi honum side traffic light na so asay school fo etwam kura no na yehu car timi bu ebi mu ena dey wo mabo modern aye sade ni nyina na je say e wo say o kan obi anu sampa wo mugu so o mo hwe because the good people of Ablekuma North no honorable Erabno bin said na ni kum hu ye pa no person kwa ba kokra empo be hwere e wo honum wo bereko no ano ye mra hye bedwani edema mo ti honorable Erabna obin yankopon insha no nka ho ahoɔden bi ɛsɛ fata sɛ wɔde bɛka ho na watimi adi udwumadi sɛ mra hye bedwani ma so Ablekuma North fo ani abrebia nyankopon fenka ho ebise to adwumadi no so na make out say Divine Hope Herbal Center wo mo de otwea e ba pada badwama so yarewa me ba bebubo so ni nyina etu ase eyira no kra ma otimi nya hoɔden bɔ bra ko onwuma so pesika ma wani timeje enti sɛ me bobɔ so na wo de ewo mu a ma no nya si pe hwehwɛ otwea e ba pada a Divine Hope Herbal Center for the abana kira kwan na ebeboa na etu sa yarewa nyina ase de amount West Spain emane me nyina me pacho eboa na yifri okra afi pulse koko sexual weakness low libido stroke ulcer and menstrual disorder yarewa mabobo so ise wunya tiwudi ewo mu pe manu sipe bomode na hwehwe otwea e ba pa da kira kwana hyase nonom na beboa etu sa yarewa na se ede ama okra kana sha no se ansa na be no motwa e ba pada no na wadidi ansa wadidi dia se ya no pa wi anyumire anampo sa ahomache ubetimi ano motwa e ba pada mana kosa yare wa nyina e de free odi ama ukọ eye kofodia Gapsin Pharmacy ubenya bi ato ho Kapeba osunyane House of Drugs ya Sherman Boachi ansa ewo Cape Coast afi na na boachi eba otema Pike Gombela otemale na on setimi aka otwa eba pada bi nemum wonso pebi atu e de agu o pharmacy shop and herbal shop ma Fred Divine Hope Herbal Center for number see amede ba betu dwane so mbeje so 0591 565-557 0591 565-557 and 0550 639-037 0550 639-037 or try about powder so Jana Shewa wow beba MP egusu bonka ye ka kire se wokoto setanka bi adane ato kwam ana adane ato mpate ma mepacho enkofa gallon enkofa pan enkofa bo enkofa bibi biara se wo kwa kosobi nemum obefre mpanifo a womo ayen hyehyeye pa se womo betimi abayen siesie se be na tanka na adone to kwan so ana area no enfo ye ne bi ama number ya me to we wo frɛ Ghana National Fire Service for betimi aba the Ghana National Police Service ebetimi aba and the National Petroleum Authority for so betimi ajo so no mo aba ye nsiesie a se be ye nemfo ye ne bi ama wo breko atanka adane atokwan so anadane ato mpatem fa number no 0302550380 0302550380 na fe mpenefo abaye siesie anan hyehyɛ pa se beye na tanka na adane ato area no emfa oye ne bia maka na hye ne nso se won kwa ekuta wo na esombo eson petrol 1 gallon nti memfa bibi se wokoso petrol na ejakotom na ahyew ene wonuanom nyinaa abusia me to us na fe yanko power specialist eba fo aso ye womo ewo nu ahodo etu yare wahodo bebire ase especially hepatitis A B C D and E D me ba cho power specialist eba hospital womo teletekra womo age ho abodi na ahodo bebire enti e ma hepatitis entete wo breko a sabre wo temenka se mebo power specialist eba hospital for edi ama wo fatty liver sciatica prostate broken bones ulcer swollen neck any fibroid ni nyina so ye ade wahodo a wo bomode ni kopie mu power specialist eba hospital for so ye nko ade nya de a wo besan de sayare wa we asan wa chia kofie no matter ba bia wo de wo yare na kwa wo dwene se wanya ano aduro ma power specialist eba hospital enye wo last stop no betimi abo a wo ye pa uko Kumasi a omo branch ba ko ho omo feyi ase Lake Bosum twekwan no so opposite George Bro filling station on sabetimi aka power specialist eba hospital for ewo Kumasi wo sabia ma kire wi ubedu nkran ha omo kwabenya eye Pokwasi ACP road no so na fe kopie mo takrade omo Anaji estate adjacent Anaji MA primary school bomode na phone number samede beto je na frɛ omo nchirimu aka bi omo de beso 024454 4422 0244544422 and 0200383831 0200383831 na ebia WhatsApp na person send you message in come WhatsApp number is 0355 797878 0555-797878 na afei power specialist eba hospital for etimi ajoso I TV XYZ and afei power 97.9 FM inside politics jumedi suni enchebia na afei yet na sene nsema aka ne yebiem na mom yenko yo mampani John Dramani Mahama Ghana mampani na ninsembia wode atotodwa eri afa economy ho kwan asabere wo mabomode ahyehye se beye na yebenya stable economy na abiribia no na udidwa ewo krom ho adwumadie bi a wo ye no ebetimi eri akoso wo hwa ba na inflation da almost 23.8%. Year 2024, year 2 up to 2025. Consistently, no inflation no atiaba meba bedu 3.2. Sabre because of external factors into kwa ekoso ewo Israel, America, and Iran and Temuntino ama esheki kakra no krano 0.2 pe ana inflation NDC aban under the leadership of John Dramani Mahama etimi achieve here from 23.8% from 2024 eto aso a wo motete so abedu 3.2 se si akra na aye 3.4 eno His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama e kire say eni sedi hu bia ba because still now no bibia the economic indicators na kire say wo man Ghana udi ujumedie bia wa ha say udi gwa say wo ye bibia na very stable emfa wo ha bia emai na omo hwe say wo mo beku so de nhihye pato ho say beye na economy no egusu ejina ne naso yentie His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama wo breko an wo kasa eri afa economy no nra ye ba komono.
Our economy is doing much better than it has ever done in the last several decades. We have achieved macroeconomic stability, and so inflation is down. It came down to 3.2%, and recently, because of the external factors, it has risen marginally to 3.4%. But that is a sign of a resilient economy, because in the past, as soon as there was any external shock, the inflation rate started shooting up, and then also the currency started depreciating very fast. But things look more stable. The currency is stable, interest rates have come down, and our reserve position continues to rise. Currently, we have foreign reserves to the tune of $13.9 billion as Ghana's foreign reserve position. And as the Minister of Local Government told you, it can cover 5.7 months of imports. We've come up with a new policy to build the reserves even higher, to be able to cover 15 months of imports, so that in the event of any external shock, Ghana's economy will be resilient and will not be affected. We have also come to the end of the IMF program. We inherited the IMF program from the previous government. At the time we took over from the previous government, all the agreed performance indicators were out of track. It meant that the program was in danger of derailment. And so in the first quarter, after we took over, we had to take some stringent action to bring the program back into alignment and bring it back on track. And I'm happy to report that we're able to do that. The first mission that came approved the program, the second mission approved it, and the final mission just left Ghana last week, and they have given us a satisfying mark for performance. It's now going to the board, and the board will release the last tranche of $380 million to support the Ghanaian economy. But we're not going to have a kinky party, because we believe that it is still work in progress. Unlike others who left the IMF and held wache and kinky parties, happy to be free from the IMF, we are not doing that, because we know that our economy still needs a lot of work to be done. And so we've agreed with the IMF to replace the extended credit facility with a policy coordination instrument. It means that every 6 months, we and the IMF will sit down and look at how our reforms are going and see whether we are still maintaining the kind of discipline that we started with or things are not going very well. And so we'll still have a program, technical assistance with the IMF, but it will not be exactly a program. And there's no bailout involved in this. And it is my hope that this is the last time that Ghana will go to the IMF for a bailout. We must be able to manage our affairs in such a way that we don't go cap in hand begging anybody to come and bail us out. Now, our economy is expanding at a fast rate. At the time we took over, the total gross domestic product, the size of our economy, was just above $80 billion. Within 1 year and a few months, we have increased that size of the economy to $114 billion. And so today, as I speak with you, Ghana has moved from number 11 biggest economy in Africa to number 8 biggest economy in Africa. And you can see it in all the sectors. If you take non-traditional exports, at the time we came into office, the total value of non-traditional exports was $3.83 billion. In just a bit above 1 year, we have moved the total value of non-traditional exports from $3.83 billion to above $5 billion. And so it shows that the economy is expanding, is doing well, because there's been a 30.7% increase in non-traditional exports in 1 year. And so this gives us the opportunity to be able to invest more in our people, to be able to create jobs, to be able to improve our infrastructure in our schools, in our hospitals, in agriculture, in roads, and that is what you've been hearing from the ministers. One of the first things we did was to pass a policy that said that 80% of the District Assembly's Common Fund should be transferred directly to the districts. Figures that we have from the past show that barely 40% of the District Assembly's Common Fund was being released to the districts. And in any case, there were large arrears. It was not being paid in a timely manner. Today, as I speak, all the DCEs will testify to it, that 80% of their money is received, and it is received in a timely manner. As soon as the quarter is finished, the Minister of Finance does his calculations. He calculates how much should go to each assembly. It goes to the Minister of Local Government, and he transfers it immediately. So you find that even without central government action, in the districts alone, development is taking place. CHIPS compounds are being built, schools are being built, 24-hour markets are being built, and we had the opportunity to cut sort for the Bole one yesterday, and these are being built in 261 districts. So every district is getting a 24-hour economy market. This will stimulate economic activity because markets are places where farmers have the opportunity to sell their goods, so they are outlets for sale of agricultural products. But more importantly, they are centers where the currency circulates among the population. Because if you go to any market, you see commodities handed over, you see CDs being counted. Or you see CDs being given and commodities like maize or soya bean or granules are being bought. And so it helps money to circulate in the system. At the next cabinet meeting, the Vice President is supposed to table the resolution on the Women's Development Bank. She's giving a cabinet report on the Women's Development Bank. The thing is, for financial institutions, you don't just get up and set up a financial institution. You have to go through a process And that process is supervised by the Bank of Ghana to make sure that you set it up properly. But as you are aware, the Minister of Finance already gave 450 million cedis. That money is sitting there in the account, waiting for the bank to start so that the 450 million can become the capital of the bank. And in addition, if you heard me yesterday, in all the 24-hour markets, we have made provision for a bank. That bank in the 24-hour market is a women's development bank. So in all the 261 districts, immediately your market is finished, you will have a branch of the women's bank in your 24-hour market. And so for those doing business in the market, you can save your money there. Even if you are not doing business in the market, it will stimulate economic activity, because markets are places where farmers have the opportunity to sell their goods, so they are outlets for sale of agricultural products. But more importantly, they are centers where the currency circulates among the population. Because if you go to any market, you see commodities handed over, you see cedis being counted. Or you see cedis being given and commodities like maize or soya bean or granules are being bought. And so it helps money to circulate in the system. At the next cabinet meeting, the Vice President is supposed to table the resolution on the Women's Development Bank. She's giving a cabinet report on the Women's Development Bank. The thing is, for financial institutions, you don't just get up and set up a financial institution. You have to go through a process, and that process is supervised by the Bank of Ghana to make sure that you set it up properly. But as you are aware, the Minister of Finance already gave 450 million cedis. That money is sitting there in the account, waiting for the bank to start so that the 450 million can become the capital of the bank. And in addition, if you heard me yesterday, in all the 24-hour markets, we have made provision for a bank. That bank in the 24-hour market is a women's development bank. So in all the 261 districts, immediately your market is finished, you will have a branch of the women's bank in your 24-hour market. And so for those doing business in the market, you can save your money there. Even if you are not doing business in the market, it is still your bank. You can go there and deposit your money and transact your business. And so very soon, it was a major flagship promise that we made, and I can assure you that the Women's Bank will see the light of day. Aside from that, we're including in the budget, we're starting this year with 3 new stadia, sports stadia. These are for the 6 new regions that do not have sports facilities. Because we are getting the regional hospital, we've been asked to wait, and the 3 stadia will be given to the other regions that have not yet been served. So next year, once our hospitals are progressing, then we will also get the stadia to start, the sports stadia. And then the other 3 regions will also have their regional hospitals starting. So this year, we'll cut short for 3 new regional hospitals in the 6 new regions. 3 of them will get regional hospitals, 3 are going to get sports stadia, and then next year, we'll reverse it. They will get hospitals, and we will get sports stadiums.
His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, and a walk camp, ye economy, Kwanya Faso, Ejina and Naso, even with all the external shocks, I able Boban still. Abenya bo modern ayen hye pade ato sebeye na wudi dwumadi bi wo kurom ha wo Ghana ha wo hu betimi ato na enye se usika semo ba be basa Ghana cedi no na hoden gusu gina so a eye very kama wo de ye business a mfaso bi ese ne fata no e wo se won satimi kan enema hodo a aban e plan so be ye de abo economy stadium yi hu asemo a wo kan wo mba be sisi stadiums ahodo enema hodo bebere a chese omampani John Dramani Mahama oye ne nyinaa yɛ kwampa a wɔn fa so akyekyere wɔ man Ghana sɛ bɛyɛ na yɛ economy bɛgyina ne nan so na yɛtena yɛn kurom ha yɛ business a yɛbɛtumi ate mfasodɛ fasuo bi ɛsɛ ne fata sɛ businessman bi a wɔ no kurom a wɔn nso wɔ yɛ business a wɔbɛnya no Ghana for nso sabɛtumi aka ne deɛ nti ɔman panin John Dramani Mahama ne nsɛm a wɔde ato dwa ɛde afa ɛyɛ economy no ɛho no yɛnsan kɔ ɔman panin obi o His Excellency wɔ bra wɔda ɛyɛ e-visa ho ɛde ne wɔma pa e-visa ho ntoma de ama all African countries a sabere ɛba bɛma ayɛ very simple sɛ wɔ any African country na wopɛ sɛ wo mbra Ghana wonya kɔ abɛfo ntenten so a papa wayɛ na wawia sɛ visa fee application kura na ɔma yɛ free wa wobɛtumi anya visa na waba ɔman Ghana mu abɛdi dwumadie bi a wobɛsɛ wodi na wasan akɔ ne nyina yɛ kwan a wɔn fa so aboa sɛ bɛyɛ na African countries nyinaa bɛtumi aba together na wɔbra yɛyɛ business wɔbra yɛyɛ nneɛma ahodoɔ bɛtumi aboa yɛ nyinaa no yɛ nyinaa yɛn ho atumi atɔn yɛn nkɔnkɔhwɛ His Excellency the President John Dramani Mahama wɔbra na wɔpa visa no ho ntoma mfamra ne yɛn tɔ adwumadi ne so.
This initiative reflects our determination to position Ghana as a forward-looking nation that leverages technology to improve governance, facilitate legitimate travel, deepen continental integration, and strengthen national security. Earlier this year, we initiated far-reaching reforms to improve the efficiency of our passport issuance and visa processing. For far too long, travelers seeking entry into Ghana have had to navigate cumbersome, largely manual procedures that have imposed delays, uncertainty, and avoidable administrative burdens. Investors, tourists, business executives, students, researchers, and members of the African diaspora have all encountered frustrations that are inconsistent with the Ghana that we seek to build. In today's rapidly evolving digital world, the old systems we inherited can no longer define how Ghana engages the rest of the world. In August 2025, during the inauguration of the Aviation Navigation Center and Border Security Systems of the Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, we formally launched the Ghana Advanced Passenger Information and Passenger Name Record System at the Accra International Airport. This initiative laid the foundation for smarter, more secure, and more efficient border management. These systems have significantly enhanced our capacity to receive real-time passenger data, strengthen intelligence-led security operations, and align Ghana with the internationally best accepted aviation and migration standards. So today's launch is just building on the foundation of what we started. The electronic visa system, or e-visa, will allow travelers from all around the world to apply for visas online. They would upload the supporting documents electronically and make their secure digital payments and receive travel authorization in their emails or on their phones. This initiative is not merely about convenience, it is also equally about efficiency, transparency, accountability, and security. Also, in August, we are receiving and installing new equipment that will spare travelers using our airport the inconvenience of having to remove their shoes and their belts. I can see that was a very unpleasant experience most travelers go through. After installation in August, you will not be required to remove your shoes and your belts anymore. So on this occasion, I commend the Ministries of Foreign Affairs, Interior and Transport, the Ghana Immigration Service, Ghana Civil Aviation Authority, and all collaborating agencies for your dedication and cooperation in bringing this important national initiative to fruition. I also wish to acknowledge the Ghanaian technical expertise that has contributed to developing this platform. I'm proud to say that this platform has been developed by Ghanaians solely. As Ghana modernizes, we must continue to build confidence in Ghanaian ingenuity and capacity. I therefore commend Rock Africa Limited and the technical teams whose expertise and dedication have made this project possible. As we commemorate Africa Day 63 years after the founding of the Organization of African Unity in Addis Ababa, with Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah at the forefront of Pan-Africanism, let this initiative be Ghana's gift to the continent. An open door, a digital handshake, and the assurance that in the Republic of Ghana, no African will ever be made to feel unwelcome. And so, ladies and gentlemen, before I declare the e-visa launched, I would like to invite the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Minister of the Interior to join me up here. We're supposed to approve the first visas. There are already visas in the online queue waiting for approval. And so we're going to go through the process of approving the first visa. I don't know who it is, but we'll go on the queue and see who are waiting. There are two other tablets. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Minister of Interior will review the visa. They'll review the visa, the application, and then when they have passed it and approved it, I, the Commander-in-Chief, will give the I'll give the approval for the visa. You can watch on the screen what is happening. Okay. So, all right. So the application has been reviewed and they have passed it. So I now will press that green button, approve application, approve and issue visa. So application approved successfully. And the visa is to Petar Zivanovic. Petar Zivanovic, yeah? So it's coming from Serbia.
Yes. So on the screen.
As we commemorate Africa Day 63 years after the founding of the Organization of African Unity in Addis Ababa, with Osajifo Dr. Kwame Nkrumah at the forefront of Pan-Africanism, let this initiative be Ghana's gift to the continent. An open door, a digital handshake, and the assurance that in the Republic of Ghana, no African will ever be made to feel unwelcome. And so, ladies and gentlemen, before I declare the e-visa launched, I would like to invite the Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Minister of the Interior to join me up here. We're supposed to approve the first visas. There are already visas in the online queue waiting for approval. And so we're going to go through the process of approving the first visa. I don't know who it is, but we'll go on the queue and see who are waiting. There are two other tablets. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and the Minister of Interior will review the visa. They'll review the visa, the application, and then when they have passed it and approved it, I, the Commander-in-Chief, will give the I'll give the approval for the visa. You can watch on the screen what is happening. Okay. So,
all right.
So the application has been reviewed and they have passed it. So I now will press that green button, approve application, approve and issue visa. So application approved successfully.
Okay, I TVS YZ and I Power 97.9 FM. Inside Politics, Jumedi Sunini Eguso Edesumiti. His Excellency, the President of the Republic of Ghana, John Dramani Mahama, Wabre Neyana Omo Lanchi Yi Visa Service as Abrede, Bebia will be an Unya Kwefri Tintina Swa, who apply for Yi Visa, the Bagana Ha. Now, a very easy diamond, especially Africans. Our Mobeso Monso Momra Ghana Hanum, Nabi Viviara Entimi and Yekama. So the Medican catch on and the Greater Accra regional organizer for the NDC. Sabre de what in any trebe before. But waba our better studio. My women are quaba na fe yen komo akaninana yen shase na yendi. Anthony Nupenu, one no Greater Accra organizer, regional organizer for the NDC. Mana quaba near fee. Captain.
Enia.
Bibia woko.
Oh, but they are doing. They move and check me. Me ran into some meeting in a dragging.
I'm a banasa.
Very
well, very well. Yanko Sonafi and common yen free because Breno and ye granny corner in Kakra. The name say we a Greater Accra regional organizer for the NDC.
That's my position.
But they're yet to
Mutiti.
They're yet to and they say who person unko for a national. A deputy national general secretary. So I said no crebi.
In the matters, mechia a refonity for you as you rightly stated.
Yes.
Currently, I'm the regional organizer for NDC.
Yes.
So I have a task and a responsibility. Your case is here. I'm closing nomination for branch elections.
Okay.
Then you know a task a diaso. To make sure say it me a party now in order over 7,000 polling stations, 7,000 branches are Greater Accra.
Okay.
And 452 electoral areas, which successfully do dona a picky form.
Okay.
Then a responsibility me amanyoni bia say me who me foundation me to man America.
Okay.
If you a crowd be say whether I will still contest regional organizer again, I'll tell you I don't know. And on 3 bases. 1, nkwane wo mi no media.
Okay.
Obi na adom me.
Okay.
I me onkwa. And so odom me nkwa. Bese na di me no aka ho. Ahondi any nimdie.
Okay.
Or the mamia, then I will determine whether I'm contesting a position or not.
Okay.
This is how I operate my political life.
Until the attitude say be I'll for deputy general secretary.
In this game, there are several people who wish you well in a certain portfolio.
Okay.
So they will engineer a political move. But because I am responsible for party reorganization, I cannot confirm yes or no. Because I'll be leading the party astray if I start declaring intention.
Okay.
I will open the box for people to start. And can I call them to order? No.
Okay.
But we are in politics for a forward match.
Okay.
And as and when the time is ready, I will make my intentions clear as to which position I think fits a nyamia dominkwa. I'm one him dear on one. If we say, oh, mammy, I'm in Fanko see what I'm from Boa Party.
Okay.
That is how I will go about this
very well
coming elections.
Very well. Young so and this year, man, your kono. Yeah, who say more about Betudra. Say more headquarters no, more per se, name no after the former league president J. John Rawlings. Now, if more declared the month of June so as a year NDC, your friend is saying month. I didn't think that's in same
yes, we are akwenya we say dom NDC because obi about the news bo afore
sacrifice
adwen toatoa ema nipa dodo no ba together.
Okay.
And at that day no e see so people say yenya certificate to operate as a political party. Sa nipa no ora nyame afre no Jerry John Wallace. And he said, the founding father of the party NDC. Now say, you were a significant edifice as the party headquarters. And you know, she said, "Din etusu say, baby, yeah, party no etina etuatu agree at the highest level. That edifice to his name, I think, is in the right direction. And again, the party's day of birth, 10th June. Honoring his name to that, I think, it's not far-fetched. It's a way to preserve legacy. It's a way to preserve dignity. So that what will make me matuno, me hunu the way NDC buyer, enti me ma omabeti me nananum babeti. What shows there was a man like that. So edifices of this nature, be honor nidinu that would give him that dignity as a legend who birthed a political party that has lived the test of time.
Okay, in the month of June now, Mode headquarters Ebabeto or Mampeni Dada John Rollins. Exactly. And afe near Mahodoa in the month of June, no, say NDC Mobile Wom as NDC month, no.
Oh, for me, I'm here to know what they've planned.
Okay.
Here as a region, we will always wait for a direction from national. And I know they've put up a small committee that is working on activities. I think one thing that should not elude the activities is Rollins will be up environmental sustainability. And tree planting, and it should not be out of our way to at least look for acres of land and establish a forest in his memory. It will be very significant for his preservation because he like greening and environmental cleanliness. And he said some acreages of land somewhere conserving it with trees that brings life. I think his memory will really adore the party. And he said, Omo planning. This is one thing that I've had cause to even tell Omo Atamos heritage. Yes. He said, look, the lecture and the jamboree is enough. These are people who Omo pe Nyama Tisesano. And he said every year you planted 10,000 trees in Atamos memory. And by this time, say how many years we like 2012 to now.
So from 2012 to now, it's about
14 years. 12. And how many trees would we have planted? His name. I get him. So the lectures talk big English. To me, it's good talking about, but let's do things that will live the test of time. Will be far baby who say this is something in the name of a living president that was on the seat. Nyami friend. Okay. I think that will be okay. For me, that's how I believe.
Very well. As a regional organizer for the ruling party, so far 1 year, almost and half near mobile better them. So far, the achievements so far by the NDC party, how do you say?
I think all good political watchers in this fourth Republican democracy will be fair and firm and say under the leadership of John Dramani Mahama in the one year 4 months. 5 months. For me, we've not seen it before because this is a man who is so determined, and the president's watchword are determination and focus. And he only wabe sumo maida when him say Ghana bibi obe and nkrofo distracted with trivialities and in nyama here no we see na say I'll be focused every day. No, I have a goal, I have a target to reach, and or the way I share ministers in nemu and until now as at now people are still trying very hard to throw the government into a scandal. Okay. But still, because of that determined focus, we are not getting there. So they have to unleash their mad dogs sang nanti ni maba obi mu a nobody aje omo adwin mu a omo di omo so omo kote na social media and fu no mbedi omo di na police force omo di rambo yi akochi omo ni nyina hia isi say mu fo say nipa no mafumra mu so civil way. Let's not use criminal way.
Okay.
Because the moment you fisk off men in uniform with guns to go and arrest a TikToker or be a Jimmy or social media, it's like when we saw a criminal. No, it's a civil misbehavior.
Okay.
Deal with them civil way, invite them and deal with them nicely. No, and pinch you by this. Hey. These are mad people. I'm telling you, frankly speaking, they are mad because of drug abuse.
Before now.
Oh yes, they are mad because of drug abuse. Yeah, come moja mu say who the intoxication. I'm telling you, you're running toxicology.
That is the biggest opposition party.
Yes, you're running toxicology. Say I was anti and moja mu. Meaning the level of drug toxication you can't. And it is run in Penifoni be cry woman. See, I want more complain. Now, I need some complain. Now, who is your rapano, Nimano practicing Manase? We need judge disagree. It is only drug toxication that will lead people to do that. And the police service, please, and the BNI, please use civil way to deal with these miscreants. And let's have civil country, and the president will have peace of mind to be focused on the job, the delivery. Because Ghana for to Abano, to Abama on simple things: roads, water, corruption, and jobs. Nyamawi. And my Ghana phone say 8 years under a certain leader no. Ya shiri yankwa bebre. Inti omanpenyi jomama ubedi isu ene ya pamo waba ahombrasie nimdie na waka ukansem enti yebesa ama se besomye enti yen as a political party activist no yen de ani said Danny Dano ye building a sustainable and strong system as party workers to make sure we checkmate the government to be focused and to deliver, because it is the performance of these 4 years, and Bema say Ghana for betting me to Santini on 8th December, the 7th December 2028.
Yes. So what should the flag bearer of the MPP, Alhaji Mahmoud Bawumia, whatever but you just said now, free speech is under siege in Ghana under the NDC government.
All problem.
The flag bearer of the
all
MPP.
Problem. You see, Warashi 18 on your assessment, on your analysis, oh, flag bearer must talk. You have been misled by miscreants. Package yourself. You see, when all the courtroom, then I gonna feel who worthy of a leader. I get him. And he said, whether by default or by whatever, and the MP before signing letter to be due minimum, sit and package yourself.
Yachi Abronye, which is
who is Abronye? He's a mad dog. He's not correct. Se Munya Abronye or ye papa on fa camera and see him kasa the way kasa na way Yachina. Then you see people who claim they are level-headed following this madness. It's madness.
And
that is what is the freedom of speech when you are mad? The level the MPP has reduced themselves is to put themselves together in a certain mad format. Every day they want attention. You see, on social media, guy Bakubi and it's a trapezium. No? On the name, we. Accra police and Obi said na house where they are inviting me and I'm who come see look at this one. Who invited that madness again? And that is the attention they want to seek, so that every day no yenya kwani come asem na me papa ekoso we will not distract ourselves.
Salam Mustafa
forget that failure.
Also say man idea they will be forced to weaponize their base.
Now on our case who will dimina. Has he ever weaponized anybody before? Akwa we na nwi also kwa demonstrations a day. Eko to read any drugs e man kwara bi mu wo afeno and also some Bogu Kwansu, so a demonstration. Wait. Well, we couldn't as youth organizer. Send people for now to Obama we as organizer. And you see, they don't have the men. No other Jamaica said area boys. Almost set up no they have the men. At the end of the day, the area boys led us into the abyss. And to me, I don't want to even waste my time on these people because my ancestors almost for the past 1 year analyzing from their parliamentary leadership, from their party leadership, from their members of parliament. Because the Kwabeni Wonyan Sampa Okuma Unkobwako farmers and Renka say, Jomama, I found Sikako top plane. This is a member of parliament. It can only come from mad people. And the Ora Baumia, you see, you are a very nice man. Papa no mami abre di wako school siade wako join political party intro into mo inject you with intro vaccines na we di intro mo no power na mo ye nyadoa na omo do pempensu yi mesrew don't rush to the public to make statement that you yourself, if you are subjected to street proof, you will be having problem in explaining yourself because statements now or issue them say media for one-on-one, he will find himself seriously in a problem of explaining his own statement.
Wow.
Because he just spoke without making clear understanding, clear analysis of the facts. Media freedom is under siege or free speech is under speech. I am against the kind of Rambo arrest by the police. They should stop it. I have cause to call the IGP and that they should stop it. Go on a civil way and deal with these criminals and miscreants. Stop this Rambo thing. We are not interested.
Very good. Yeah, Brenington, South Africa for xenophobic attack here. Also, Ghana for Nyuma Asabre ye buru any preparations are abina year the financial package I was sharing say one more register one more baby one more buy one the mom then I can be a
for me I have no many problem be but you see who or my munas only GD or who my munas of say greener party that is your problem. That's your problem. Me, this package they are giving the people are here who looking for package. Because for my mom package, they are establishing business and yama. Omako sell money on be pay for bindo. Mid time say yeah package BB. People are here.
Only why buying now? Say
why are you giving a preferential treatment when people here have voted for you? And they are looking for obi pay 2,000, 3,000 at a brew and in your man started documentum. Why one man? No be a send him there because anything. They should come back. There are plenty of arable lands. They should get into the forest and start weeding. Odria brew abenye dianedi obatombi. Odria cocoyam. Mankeni nyama bebre. I get me.
Okay.
Me, I don't have problem government bringing them back, but giving them what financial package? Why? Have we solved the problems in this country of getting our people here who are turning day in day out? But street do you know their problem? Most of those guys and women are in the university. So most of the people selling okay. They are in the university. So let's stop this package for. They should come and farm. They should stop that.
Anthony Nupenu, one no ye greater original organizer the man this year man you correct me yes e be no team because you come be
command the doors
eti ye be do be ase ene e be ni tie timi mo be di abuja ya sorry so na news team akra ko feed akọ ni adwoa aba be betena se na nsem aka nyina no wo mo de aba be so mi di de enke Obrempong makra mo